Okay, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Live. Abso. Yep. We just letting the people get the notifications, letting it go out. Let me stretch this back. I don't know how they're gonna deliver this. Trying to get everybody's attention. Just a moment. Now, let's get into this. When they talk the top 5 greatest point guards in NBA history, you were looking at it on the thumbnail. So Isaiah's sitting right there. You can't make that list without him. One, he's the greatest player to ever play the game. So smart, cerebral. Nobody could see the court like him. Very rare. If Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan played on the same team, that wouldn't even be fair. That wouldn't be fair to you. It wouldn't be fair to the league. My favorite player of all time is Isaiah Lloyd Thomas III. When everybody asks me, like who's your top 5 and all that, I'll let it be known since day one, it's never changed. It's Isaiah Lloyd Thomas III. Number 2 is sitting right there next to him. The big O, Oscar Robertson. Nobody has done what he's done still to this day. It was unheard of. And a lot of people say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But Kareem did not win a championship until the Big O. He won it with the Big O in Milwaukee. Didn't win it without him. Now, when people want to start talking about great point guards of all time, he set the standards on what a point guard is supposed to do as far as rebounding. They've never seen a point guard rebound like that, because normally the point guard is at the top of the key. He would aggressively go for the rebounds. The point guards would usually sit near the point. Even when the shot is up in the air, they would fade out to the point. So they would just get the ball or be ready on defense to guard the point guard. They let the bigs get the rebounds. He was like, look, I can't trust the bigs are going to get it. I need to help my guys out. I'm going to go rebound. That changed the perspective of what a point guard was supposed to do in those type of situations. Changed the whole dynamic. Now, a lot of people are going to be in here giving us their top 5 of all time. And I'm interested to seeing it too. So don't forget to hit the like button if you just got here. The Cash App is Carcino. And let's get into this. LeBron is not a point guard. Even though he plays basically a point guard position, no. And he damn sure wouldn't be on this list because he wasn't better than Stockton at playing the point. He wasn't better than Chris Paul playing the point. He damn sure ain't better than Isaiah Thomas playing the point. He ain't better than Magic Johnson playing the point. And he damn sure ain't better than Oscar Robertson playing the point. So what's the point? Now, here's a very interesting note. Somebody said why Tony Parker isn't on this list. Tony is up there, but Tony, would you put Tony Parker over any player that's on this list? I'm in the StreamYard right now. What's up? No, I haven't really been in there. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I'm in the StreamYard right now. We doing the top 5 point guards of all time. All right. Now, hey, new Chris, did you? I thought you was playing Gavin. Somebody said Oscar Penny. Look, here's the thing about LeBron, and I've always said this: anybody who's in their 20s, maybe slight 30s, if they're saying LeBron James is the greatest player of all time, I'm not mad at you. Okay, you're supposed to be saying that because this is the guy that you've seen growing up when you were a kid, and they force feeded all this garbage to you to let you believe he's the best player in the game. So I understand you saying that. My problem is when people who are in their 40s and above talking about, man, LeBron the GOAT. I'll be like, slap yourself right now. Because I know you remember basketball in the 80s and 90s. Slap yourself right now. Slap! Slap yourself harder. Slap! What's wrong with you? So that's what people get it confused. If a young person tells me LeBron is the best, they supposed to say that. This is what the money they've spent is for. These younger people to come up to believe this nonsense. Steve Nash was good, but he wasn't the best of all times. No, he wasn't better than Stockton. I would not say Steve Nash was better than Stockton at all. Nash was good in transition. He was not good in a half-court game. He didn't even get to an NBA Finals. Steph Curry not top 5 yet. Why is he not top 5? Okay, we're gonna have a lot of opinions here. Don't worry, I'm gonna drop the link and people will be able to come in here and explain their top 5s, everything. Magic, Isaiah, Stockton, CP3, and Kidd. That's a good list. Jason Kidd, on the list. A lot of people have put Jason Kidd. I've seen Kidd name a lot, but I wouldn't put Kidd over Oscar Robertson. That's just like I'm saying. You might just don't remember the Big O and what he's done, but he's the reason the triple double exists. See, all you remember is the record. They call the record of the triple doubles that he had for a year. He averaged a triple double for like 5 years before they even start making it a stat. They didn't used to count it. It was never counted as a stat. He was averaging that before they decided, like, man, we got to start adding this as a stat and calling it a triple double. And that's what they called it. And he just, then it became a stat. And then the year that he didn't do it, after doing it like 5 years in a row, the year he didn't continue it, he missed it by like 1 rebound. And he was great. It wasn't that he was averaging a triple double. He was a menace. He was everywhere playing the ball. Like the ball was around him 24/7. He was either rebounding it, assisting the ball, playing defense. The Big O was there. He had amazing leaping ability and athleticism like Dennis Rodman, and he could run the point. And he could score. With him, you won a championship. He came there to Milwaukee, and his greatest Kareem was he couldn't win a championship till he got the Big O. Magic is unreal. Nobody has ever seen a guy his size handle the ball like Magic. Have you ever seen a guy like Magic since? You have not. Magic and Isaiah were the same almost in handling the basketball with vision, knowing where people are without having to see them. They know where people at. They can read the floor. It's like they can close their eyes and play. You've never seen anybody pass like Magic since. That's unique. That's how unique Magic was. Magic threw a pass that I still to this day don't know how he threw it. And I was like, then they replayed the game recently on TV. Like they do those classic throwback games, and they was just playing an old Laker game. And I'm watching it, and I saw Magic throw a pass, and I swear the ball just did, and then went to the person. I was like, what the hell did I just see? That's just nose. That must have been a glitch on the TV screen. What the hell was that? And I'm like, my goodness, this guy was out of this world for real. Magic was really that good. He was so good, he didn't even have to shoot. He couldn't shoot. Nobody figured that out, that Magic Johnson couldn't shoot. It took them about 5-6 years to realize Magic Johnson just can't shoot. He was dominating the league and couldn't shoot the ball. Stockton was one of the best because he played in the league of where some of the best point guards was. He had Gary Payton, he had the Kevin Johnsons, he had Terry Porter. He had the guard. Steph. The reason why Steph doesn't get the respect that a lot of people think he deserves to be in the top 5 is Walt Frazier, Bob Cousy. Oh, you got top 10 point guards. To me, Walt Frazier is not a top 10 player at all. Not at all. Yeah, Magic couldn't shoot. And that's why the taunts, that's why he lost the finals in 85. Um, what was that? The 84, rather, when they lost to the Boston Celtics. And it was just tragic magic and all that stuff. So when tragic magic started and it was tragic magic, and he couldn't shoot. All they did was back off of him and let Magic shoot. It's like, look, make him prove he could hit the jump shot, and he couldn't. Magic was they wouldn't let him drive to the lane, and I'm like, why did no one else think of that? And he played with Isaiah the whole summer to improve his jump shot because Isaiah can do everything Magic can do, except for he's not 6'9", he's only 6'1". He can do everything Magic can do. Everything, the trick shots, everything. Isaiah could have been a Harlem Globetrotter. Isaiah was the oh yeah, Josh Taylor got yeah, man. He got a his problem is he can't make 140. But he lost that fight tonight. Pistol Pete Maravich, he was the best showman. I wouldn't say he was the best point guard. See, his game is more like Steph's. Pistol Pete game is more like Steph Curry's. He was Steph Curry's game. So more than a facilitator, he was more of a scoring threat than a facilitator. Steph is a little bit more off the ball though. And he prefers to be off the ball rather than actually running the point. Draymond is really the point guard of the Golden State Warriors. That's why they would never give Steph that credit of being the top 5 point guards because he really don't play the point position. He's like another 2 guard out there. That's right, Dust Taker. Dust Taker made the biggest statement ever right there. Isaiah Thomas was also smart enough to realize that in order to win, he had to sacrifice some of his stats for the betterment of the team, something Westbrook and Harden should follow. That is true. Isaiah could score 30 and 40 a night. From a rookie, he was showing you that he couldn't be stopped. They haven't seen anything like it. I'm not going to sit here and tell the general public every day something. I'm not Tammy Soda Water. I'm not going to sit here and tell you something just for shocking views, just to get people to be like, oh, what? He didn't say LeBron and come here. I'm not doing that. If I say LeBron sucked, because I really believe he sucked. If I say Isaiah Thomas is the greatest player of all time, I don't. If people know I've been saying that since the 80s. Everybody who know me knew. There is no diggity, no doubt that I believe that. They know that. They be like, oh no, he ain't putting nobody above Z. And they was like, why you root for a guy from Detroit and you from Chicago? I'll be like, do you know who Isaiah Thomas is? He's from the west side of Chicago. He won the high school championship with St. Joseph's. He didn't hit the game-winning shot in the NCAA finals to win a championship. He was the most valuable player when they won the championship. Jordan just hit a game-winning shot. He was the most valuable player of the entire tournament. Isaiah could have came back and won another national championship and said, nah, I won a national championship. I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm going to the pros. I'm done. Mark Aguirre, his buddy went number 1. Isaiah went number 2. They were the best players in the city. Doc Rivers and Isaiah used to go back and forth on the playground. They would grab 5, Isaiah would grab 5, and they would just run, play basketball. Those were like epic games. People didn't know how good Doc Rivers was back then. Doc was great at running the point. And Doc used to come down on the break and dunk. Boom! Like Doc could get up. Doc Rivers used to get up and dunk on you. Man, on the playgrounds, man, I was a little kid. Knew we were seeing better games on the playgrounds than you were seeing on TV. Chicago had all the ballers there. Majority of the NBA was from Chicago. Oh, Mo Cheeks, man, we still talk to Mo Cheeks' family. Mo Cheeks' family was like from the building. You know, Mo Cheeks' brother died, and that messed up a lot. But yeah, one of the Cheeks brothers had died. And it was like, man, that was sad. Marcus Liberty, he lived in our building, and he was supposed to go to the NBA. He ended up playing in Europe, but they went to the Final Four in college. He was in the NBA for a little bit, but then he ended up playing overseas. No, most people here started doing other things. Basketball became secondary. Most of the school programs for basketball was like, what up? People was playing more football, and they were just doing everything other than. They never took basketball that serious anymore. Then a lot of the schools that had real basketball programs, you know, it just really wasn't the norm. Like nobody really cared about taking it seriously anymore. All the people that cared and had the camps, you know, people weren't funding it anymore, and it was just going down. So now, like, if you go to Simeon, yeah, you have a great chance. They have a great, you know, they have a great system of if they know they have NBA talent, they can get the right coaching for you. Guys who actually played in the league could train you and get you where you need to be. Michael Ray Robinson, yeah. Skip to my Lou. Skip to my Lou. I mean, he was good to make the transition from A1 to the NBA, but nah. Nash and Tony Parker in the top 15, absolutely. Thanks, Jose. You know what? I never saw that. Like, I never saw that actually being a problem. Like, say, for instance, like, and don't forget, like he said, hit the like button. But I never saw that like being a major problem. You know, I never saw anybody saying, man, you know, that's going to be a major problem for us if we let so and so come in here. Chris Jackson, old school. Mark Jackson. No, Mark Jackson was up there, not Chris Jackson. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, he was more of a scorer, like Steph Curry, than he was than he was the point. Tiny Archibald was great. He was a great point guard. It's just that he was not top 5 of all time. He had great careers. He just played on bad teams the majority of his life. And then, when he got to the end of his career, that's when they let him go to the Boston Celtics so he could have a chance of winning a championship because he had played on losing teams and tried for so many years. Tiny is top 15? Probably. I mean, I have to go back and really research that. There's a lot of point guards out there. Plus, it's hard to put point guards of today in that time of era of top 5. These are true point guards. Chris Paul is a true point guard, and there hasn't been another one of him. He's the last of a dying breed. Like, there's no more. Chris Paul is it. People are like, you hate Chris Paul. I don't hate Chris Paul. Shorty dirty. No. His thing was injury prone. That's why I called him CP injury. Listen to the lyrics of the song. CP injury. Oh, there goes his knee. He's balling like an all-time MVP. He even shoots the 3. Oh, there goes his knee. He's CP injury. Next year, it's more of the same. Playoff starts, high ankle sprain. He's CP injury. Can't depend on him when you in need. This is the lyrics tells you he balled like an all-time MVP. He can even shoot the 3. New Chris, what happened? I thought we were playing Gavin.
Oh, but it was an easy win. I won by like 24. I told him.
Man,
he scored 2 points in the first quarter,
He scored 3 points.
Hey, yo, Cino.
Yo, what's up?
What's good, man? Listen, top 5 is Magic, CP3, Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton. I want to put Kyrie there unless you want to put somebody from back in the day before him, Jerry West or somebody. But that's a good top 5 right there.
Is this Giz? This got to be Giz.
Yeah, it's Giz.
Somebody from Brooklyn was going up there. Top 5 of all time. I can't put him over no Oscar Robertson, man. That's not going to happen.
Nah.
There you go.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Kyrie, I can't put there. He's not a traditional point guard.
He's a combo guard.
He's
He's more
of a scoring guard than he is a facilitator.
Right. So you're just talking about just straight point guards.
Kyrie, like,
sense of a 2-point guard. This is why
that's the wrong Brooklyn net. You should be talking
about that. Right, like Steph Curry. Steph Curry is the reason why they don't really put him in that category is because Draymond is really the point guard of the team. Right. Steph mostly play off the ball. Draymond's really running the offense and directing everybody where to go and setting it up. And he hitting Steph. Steph don't really come down the court and do that and set the offense and nothing like that. He's mostly the one playing off the ball. He don't want that responsibility.
What up, Cino?
Draymond does it. When he runs, it's a lot of turnover.
But
It's a lot of
So then Jason
turnovers.
Kidd would have to fill that last spot. Then Jason Kidd is
Yo,
the
see,
last
though,
guy to fill that last spot.
I've
What
been
up,
seeing
Payton?
the kid. What's going on, Jose?
Hey, what up, Payton?
Jose, fellas, listen.
What up? What up? What up?
I
So-
think, wow, Curry not
But I
necessarily a
want to
good
put Stephon
passer.
Marbury in there. That's what
He
I
a
want.
good playmaker though.
Yeah, that's the New York right there for real.
Yeah, what's
Marbury,
that?
man.
No.
Represent.
Steph was,
That's what's
Nick
up,
is-
though.
Mm.
Steph was a great point guard.
Yeah, Nick, yeah, man, Nick making me want to get one. I gotta get myself one. Nick, Jose, all y'all. See all y'all with the fresh haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fresh, got a lining, and yeah, he ready to go. So what's your top five, Nick?
Point guards of all time. Generals of the court.
God.
Isaiah is one, of course. Oscar Robertson, that's two. Magic Johnson is three. Which you can, I would say Jerry West would be four. He was more of a point guard.
Yeah.
He was more of a point guard. He played point guard for the majority of his
All
career.
right.
And probably at five, it's between John Stockton and Jason Kidd. I would probably have to say Stockton, I guess. Yeah, that was tough.
Stockton?
Oh,
A
No.
lot of people. All right, I'm gonna get yours, Jose. I'm gonna get yours. I didn't get yours yet.
All right. Let's
I'm looking at
go.
that list.
Let's go. Stockton, Isaiah, Magic, Bubba Chuck. Yes, I count Bubba Chuck as a point guard, and Oscar Robertson. Those are my top.
Oh,
wait, who's
no
your
Magic? Oh man, you put Magic
Mm.
top five.
And you in LA too?
I
Yeah.
said Magic. I
Oh,
said
Oh, you
Magic.
said
Oh, I thought you
I
said
said
Havlicek
Magic.
or something. I thought you said Havlicek.
No,
I
I
said
didn't get
Magic.
I thought you
heard-
replaced Bubba Chuck with him.
I thought you said
No.
Bubba Chuck,
I
yeah.
heard Bubba
Yeah.
Chuck.
I said,
Yeah.
I
I
heard
said
Stockton.
Bubba.
I heard Stockton, Isaiah, Bubba Chuck.
Yeah,
And,
that's five.
okay, you said
Magic
Magic.
is
Okay,
Magic
No,
is five.
Magic is five. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I
Magic
guess.
is
You know
Thank
what?
you,
like
Logo.
you a Laker fan. Of course he gonna say it.
For
So
some reason, I feel like Jason Kidd he was slightly more skilled as a point guard than Stockton, man. Stockton he had Malone for his entire career, man.
I ain't gonna say. Was he a better defender than Stockton though? I wouldn't say that.
No.
Stockton got.
I mean, my thing is
Jason
that
Kidd ain't no slouch though.
no, Jason Kidd would be up there.
Yeah,
They played. Jason was bigger,
Jason was bigger, yeah.
and he became better once he learned how to shoot.
Right.
Once he learned how to shoot, he spent that time in camp because he couldn't. He was a person that couldn't shoot either.
Very true.
Stockton could shoot.
Stockton,
like,
yes.
He could run on the fly, pull up, jump shot. He could find guys in transition. He made it easier for guys like Malone.
He did.
38% from three for a career.
Right.
I think-
Jason
Oh, wait a minute.
Kidd.
Oh, no, I'm wrong. Fuck no. I'm sticking with you. I had to think
I
about
gotta
it.
get I gotta get y'all my top five.
Freaking dished out 28 assists one damn game. So yeah.
No, that's great. That's the way we got to break it down.
He dished out
You
20.
know,
yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
game. So yeah.
I got me personally. I still got Curry in my top five just because
Oh God.
Hold on,
just
listen.
because his playmaking, not necessarily his assists. He can make plays. Like he revolutionized the position. He is a combo guard, but the players today they Curry clones. Look at Dame. Like you got a lot of scoring point guards now.
Yeah, I mean that's the way the game is now. It's more, but this is like what you're seeing like in the thumbnail. That is the last breed of the traditional point guards.
Oh yeah, fact.
Yeah.
They're the floor generals. Every one of them controlled the game.
Right.
Like Chris Paul on the floor, he's controlling the game. He's running the point. And when
I would say Draymond Green was more the point guard.
Right. Draymond is more than Steph. Steph is a
right.
He plays off the ball. He likes to move, run through picks, catch the ball, shoot. That's more like Reggie Miller. So,
yeah, he is a souped up Reggie Miller.
Like Reggie Miller, Rip, those type of guys that play off screens and picks. Steph like that. And even though Steph went to school with Chris Paul, he used to go to Chris Paul camp and they would work on dribbling and ball handling skills. This is why he could dribble and have ball handling skills. Kyrie tried to teach LeBron some skill sets, like some of his set drills, and there's video of Kyrie trying to show LeBron how to do the dribbles. Like
let me ask you something though, Cino. Do you think? I mean, Curry make his players better though. Like in his 2016 season, Draymond was an all-star, playing the best basketball he ever played. Like, can you say he make his teammates better that way though? As a point guard, look at Andrew Wiggins.
I don't think he made his teammates better because they were doing that. Draymond was. Do you realize he played at Michigan State and he was great playing for Michigan State? I mean,
he won some big games.
That Draymond helped make the team go.
They all he was played at Michigan State and he was great playing for Michigan State.
Somebody,
somebody got
Draymond helped mute the audio, man.
The audio. That X.
It's not me.
I'm gonna say Isaiah is the greatest point guard of all time because the reason why I say that is because he broke something on his leg or something like that, and this nigga scored. I think he scored 25 in a quarter. I was like,
about that game 6.
Man, that let me know he was. Man, that's a bad boy.
I guess I can go
that's
next.
Magic, man. Magic.
I got
rookie year Finals MVP, man. After winning the national championship, you gotta put him right there. You gotta put him number 1.
Magic will tell you himself.
I got Magic number 3.
He will tell you himself.
Yeah,
greatest dude.
Magic can say anything, bro. Magic can say anything, bro.
No,
my top.
No, he knows.
Magic is the best. Magic is one of the best people to have in the game that could distribute the basketball and run the floor in the positions that he do it in. Like Magic was charismatic. You give him the microphone, yo, what's up? It's Magic. You know, he was LA. That's what they want. Magic, but on the court, Magic could run.
Killer, straight killer.
Through the legs. You know, it's like, man, these dudes he was like him and Stockton, the only point guards to average double-digit assists for a career. Yeah, Isaiah kind of got it. He was like at 9 assists or something like that, 8 or 9 assists. But the thing is that your skills, like when you get injured in the NBA, you normally play like most of the veterans. Like you're not playing as much. Like Isaiah, last 2 years he was hurt, so he didn't really play. You know, like so that ended up diminishing, like bringing your stats down. But other than that, right? He was before that. It was like 10 and averaging 10 and 20.
Right.
You know, for a career.
If Zeke played today, he would have averaged like 25 and 13. Probably.
Oh yeah, I mean it would be.
Yeah, it would be.
That's a no-brainer.
It would be nasty.
That's a no-brainer right now because you take
right now, Tim Hardaway would be the most popular player in the league.
Oh, Tim Hardaway Jr. His handle was crazy. Senior,
yeah, not junior.
He would destroy this league because you can't hand check him. He could cross you. 2 crosses and he gone. Pop up, gone. Then he could pull up, hit you with 3, that knuckleball 3. Boop. I'm like, dude, he will be having a ball in this league.
What about Mark Jackson? Was he good?
Yeah, he was a passer. He was a passer for real.
He was a very smart point guard. Very smart point guard and knew. Absolutely.
Mark Jackson, like he top 35.
Dave Bing back then.
Allen Iverson was Isaiah Thomas. If Isaiah Thomas said, "F it, I'm gonna go out every night and win this game by myself." If
He a shooting guard too, though.
Isaiah, if Isaiah was doing that, and that's why he was like, man, look, I'm my own point guard. I play the way I play, and that's it. He gonna have the ball. He was dominant. It was mostly ISO and try to stop me. Allen Iverson was the fastest player I ever seen on the court.
Yeah,
And I went to the
he
Bulls
was.
game when they played the 76ers. They had John Starks on the Bulls. That's how bad it was for the Bulls back then. John Starks was on the team, and I'm like, this don't look right at all.
You talking about post Jordan?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
John Starks.
yeah. Bulls
Yeah,
had
I
John-
know that.
Yeah, John Starks was on the Bulls, man, and it was like he didn't even like being there. He's like, I just feel weird putting on this.
He was mentally out of it after them finals.
They traded him. I don't even think he played 10 games. He was traded again and got off the Bulls because he was like, man, I never shot well here anyway. For some reason, I don't know if it was the rims or what. I just never shot well in the field. But he was like, man, it's like it just felt weird putting on that jersey, man. It just didn't feel right. Like, it didn't look right. And I was like, this ain't right. And then Allen Iverson was on that floor. And I was like, oh my God, he's really that fast.
That's why
everybody sprint and he's gone, dog. It was like everybody was in slow motion and Iverson was going.
And he got big hands too.
Long arms too.
He got long
arms, man.
He got long arms.
Long arms, yeah.
Yeah, Bubba Chuck was weirdly developed. So I was like, man,
he was a problem to deal with, man. And his endurance never. He keeps running around the court. He just never stops. He gets people tired, man. Yeah, it's crazy. That's people underestimate about him.
Yeah, he had a college scholarship to go for football. He was football.
Real athlete.
Yeah.
If you just go off pound for pound, he top 10. But we can't just go off pound for pound though. If you go off pound for pound, AI top 10.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Best players in the game because you've never seen another player that's that small dominate the game with giant. And I was like, look, they changed the rules for him. They start making zone defenses, so this stuff never existed. They put in rules to try to stop Allen Iverson because he was destroying the league. It's like how you can't control Allen.
I got him as a shooting guard though. He in my opinion, he like the 6th greatest shooting guard ever.
Yeah, I got him as shooting. I got what's his name, shooting guard too, Curry.
I got Curry point. I got Curry point though.
Yeah,
Curry played point for like a season or two.
That's why I give Stockton credit because he went against guys like Kevin Johnson, who's another two-point guard. He went up against Gary Payton, who's another 2-point guard, and he was like the best of them. They would always be the best.
Did he go up against Dennis Johnson too?
Every time he matched up. And then when he went to the East, you had Isaiah, you had Mark Price over there.
Dennis Johnson.
Well, DJ was
DJ was a little older around that time, but
he was kind of like past his prime, but he ran the game smooth. He wasn't really trying to, leave him open. He'll hurt you.
He got 9 assist championships too.
He was more guarding the bigger, the 2s and the 3s.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Johnson.
Yeah, so the more traditional guys like Mark Price, Isaiah, those fast, quick guards, Stockton had to elevate or change his game up to be able to keep up with those guys because the game was changing with these younger guys like Tim Hardaway, another one we just talked about. Stockton had to go against him in the West.
Penny, he had to face Penny. Yeah, face Penny too in the 90s.
Smith.
I got a top 5. So one for me is Zeke. 1, the Big O at 2, and then 3 I got Magic, and then 4. Who did I have? Kid. I got Kid at number 4, and then 5. I had Stockton at first, but I'm like top between. I just chose to go with Gary Payton with the last spot.
I think Stockton a little better than Gary Payton. Gary Payton could have made a couple more finals that he did in the 90s. He could have made it if he didn't blow it in, against Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
man,
not mad.
that was the biggest collapse I've ever seen from a team that won 60-something games. That was the year they were supposed to win it all, but they went in there thinking, okay, we the number one seed, we're gonna win because we're the number one seed. And I knew because Kendall Gill was on the
Kendall
team.
Gill.
He was trying to man, he was like, this is the year we finna win a championship. He was trying to keep them in the game, keep everybody locked in, and he was like, it was just so divided because the panic hit. And GP was trying to do it all, and Kemp, they were just bumping heads the whole time, and they didn't realize they weren't unified. Everybody was individual, like, all right, I'm gonna do it this time. It's on me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna turn this thing around. And nobody was trusting the team. And Denver, they were all locked in. They had Alfonso Ellis playing out of his mind. They had this guy who just got unconscious out of nowhere. I don't know. I forgot his name. I think it's Williams or something. He was just hitting everything. He was hitting like fadeaway. It was just like, are you kidding me? Who is this guy? He was just fire. I don't know who that guy is, but he was incredible.
And if you ask me, I take the those two finals that Stockton took over Gary Payton ring in 06. I take them.
Yeah.
Well, Gary Payton was he was pretty much done. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he was more a veteran.
Stockton
Joe Cole.
was played better at that time. So yeah.
What's up, y'all?
Right.
Damn, Michael Jordan.
I mean, I'm not mad at you, Evan
Reggie
Stockton. They're all great. These are all
Reggie
great
Williams
players.
That's who it was. Reggie Williams. Reggie Williams couldn't miss, dog. I swear to God.
He played at Denver. He was at Denver.
Yeah, the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
They eliminated Seattle. My goodness. It was like every time they needed a stop.
Honorable mentions Dave Bing and Lenny Wilkins.
Shots. And
They like
there to get the rebound.
They kept trying to switch defenders on him too, but he kept hitting everything. They could not beat Denver that series, man. I mean,
what up?
Ooh,
Kendall Gill tried. Kendall Gill and Sean Kemp.
Tried to keep everybody pumped up and into the game, and then we still got this, and it was not to be. I mean, George Carl just started crying, man. He just started breaking down. Yeah, he did. He just started crying because this has never happened before, and they trying to interview the man. I'm like, dude, he was crying because he know how bad this is and how just awful this is for the organization.
Yeah.
To be the number one, they were the number one team in the NBA. And to have that happen,
yeah,
they were in the old spot too. The one they playing in the old stadium.
Yeah.
Before they built the Key Arena.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Sino, can you speak on just for a second? For some of the young ones probably watching out there who may not know back then before all these guys, like on cats like Dave Bing, Lenny Wilkins, some of those guys who competed and play. I know they was more probably combo guards, but I don't know. I was saying, can you speak on them?
Yeah,
Lenny Wilkins probably top 25.
Like Walt Frazier, they were combo guards.
Walt Clyde.
Yeah,
He top 10. I'm sorry. Clyde Frazier top 10. He could have been a Finals MVP, bro.
What about Nate Archibald?
He could have been Finals MVP if it wasn't for Willis Reed.
Tiny just played awful. I mean, he played for awful teams. You know, he played for his whole.
He played for with the Celtics.
Yeah, I know. That's what they did. Towards the end of your career, after you done played so much on all these bad teams, and you've been a great player, we just gonna put you on a team that normally go to the finals, like Boston or the Lakers, and then you would go there and get you a ring. That's how it worked. And then, so you can have a chance to know what it's like. But
he still was killing.
Danny Ainge always told the story that
I
used to kill him in practice. Your volume breaking up, man, when you talk.
Yes, you said who killed somebody in practice?
You said Danny Ainge.
Practice.
No.
You are choppy.
Yeah, your audio is choppy, man.
Your audio real choppy when you talking, man.
Yo, Cino, where you got you got Bob Cousy top 10?
Bob Cousy in the top 10 point guards of all time.
6-time champion, league MVP,
I mean, Bob Cousy was good.
8-time assist champion.
Of course, yeah.
It's hard for me to say. It's like, okay, who am I going to really compare him with when it's kind of less teams back then.
Nah, he's playing with Oscar.
Yeah.
He's playing with Oscar.
Bill Russell was like the floor general with me.
Because
There was less teams, but the thing is that they played with a whip. He wasn't really, Bullet Bob and all those guys. I mean, Bob Cousy probably could be there. He's one of the best free throw shooters in history. He can't miss. Yeah, I tell you that.
Him and Rick Barry.
Absolutely, him and Rick Barry.
Yeah, him and Rick Barry, but from a point guard standpoint, like, he cannot miss. I mean, like, he hit.
Man, I played with him on 2K. He's so raw. Like,
2K,
he's nice. He's nice. Hey, 2K is a good implication of how these players play.
No,
like, that's not act like.
No,
I mean, I would have to go really look at the list, but it's like, I couldn't put him over Stockton, Jason Kidd. I couldn't put. I don't think I could put him over there.
Put him over Kevin Johnson.
Point guard to point guard.
And assists were harder to get back then. It had to result in an immediate shot.
Exactly, but the game was played more big man. Like the big man.
Shots were direct. If I may, shots were directed. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to cut you off. Shots were directed more towards the basket around that time. And Bob Cousy was somebody that he was a very he had incredible court awareness and but still I can't put him ahead of guys like
Hey Nick, would you put?
Plus he really.
All right, I'm bad.
Jerry West only had. Not Jerry West. Bob Cousy only had one hand. Really, he couldn't really do stuff like that.
He was ambidextrous. He broke his hand when he was younger, and he had to learn how to use both his hands.
Yeah,
He broke his hand off.
Bob wasn't a real shooter, but he could score and he was more off the glass guy. Like back then, those guys, they knew how to hit the spots on the glass. Absolutely. Anything they could, they had touch on the glass to get the ball to go in. He throw a scoop shot, hook shots. They were skilled at scoring the basketball because they practiced. Something LeBron don't do. But, of course.
Would you consider AI shoot guard or
shoot guard?
Eric Snow ran the point. Eric Snow was really the point guard, and Iverson too.
Eric Snow was trash, man.
I don't know. He was
I'm not gonna say that. You know, it's a fallacy. A lot of people say like how bad that 01-60 team was. They had a defensive player of the year, coach of the year, 6th man of the year, and an MVP. They was not a bad team.
But people say LeBron didn't have help. Look at AI.
I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. The Milwaukee Bucks. This was screwed up. The Milwaukee Bucks too. They were finna sue the NBA over what happened in that corrupted series when they played against the 76ers in 2001. Allen Iverson was eliminated. They could not compete with that team. Big Dog, Glenn Robertson, Ray Allen. They was
nice.
They were destroying them.
Sam Cassell.
That was
definitely had the better team
series in the history of mankind. Till the Bucks went out and they did a press conference. They was going to sue NBA.
Yeah, but AI missed one of those games in the Eastern Conference. I don't mean to cut you off, but AI missed one of those games in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm from Philly. I remember that AI missed. I forgot what game it was, but the game he missed. Ray Allen dropped 46 on us. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was. I don't think that was the Eastern Conference Final. That was like the second round.
No, that was the Eastern Conference Finals. We played the Raptors in the second round.
You know,
we played Toronto in the second round.
In the second round and played them. Okay, because I thought it was the second round.
No, we played Toronto in the second round. Then we played the Bucks in the conference finals. Because remember, before Game 7, Carter skipped the practice and he got graduated, from North Carolina. There was a lot of controversy why Vince Carter did that before Game
He
7.
didn't want to win. He didn't want to win. He
Yeah,
didn't want to win.
Charles Oakley said the same thing.
He
Of course, Oakley gonna
know
say that.
he not a leader. Vince Carter wasn't a leader. He didn't want to win, but that's good that he went to his graduation though.
Yeah, I remember that. He went to the graduation. He came back. He had a chance. He missed the shot, but they got back in the game. But they weren't the team to go anyway. They were
It was crazy here in Philly when the Sixers went to the finals, man. It was crazy.
Course, that was huge. The NBA did everything in their power to push. They put Mutombo on the team late so they could have a big man in there to be able to guard.
Theo Radler got hurt. If Theo Radler, when they got hurt, he was traded from Mutombo. Remember, Theo Radler was an all-star that year. He got hurt. He hurt his wrist.
Yeah, they got Mutombo for the middle, and then they were ready to go in there, and they were so huge of an underdog. The Lakers they basically won every game. They swept their way to the finals.
Gentleman sweep against the Sixers.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is that the Sixers really should have won more games, but nobody even care about that finals. And they only show game one. The game the Philly won. That's it. That's the only finals they show.
That's a championship right there.
Season, though. Everybody knew Lakers were gonna win though. That was a good season.
Yeah, but that's all when AI hit that shot and he stepped over top of it was over. The whole league. It was that quick. Everybody.
That's like when Michael Jackson did the moonwalk, man.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Yeah.
You know what though? I said AI is pound for pound greatest of all time, but when you look at his whole career though, he like a top 40, top 50 because he had a couple.
No, AI top 30, man. What's wrong with you, man?
No. He had
man. What's wrong with you?
No, hold on. Let me finish. In my opinion, Allen Iverson is one of the most overrated all-time greats. But because he's had multiple seasons where he shot under 40% defense alone. I know how good the defense was back in the day, but 3 seasons under 40%, that's bad. That's bad.
Bruh.
He was going to the
Allen was playing with injuries that were unbelievable, and he didn't want to miss games. So a lot of it affected his shot, but Allen Iverson played hard, and he was going no matter what percentage.
He gave all on the court, man.
He was still going to
you have to injuries. You have to understand the circumstances.
Hey, Carcino.
I understand the circumstances. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I got that DVD too. I got that same DVD from Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yep, I got that.
I got some questions. I got the questions. He's my top 10 all-time favorite.
At the same time, it's not that many players that are more skilled than Allen Iverson on the basketball court, dude. It's not
AI rookie card, buddy.
I said pound for pound, but we can't just go.
That's why I was serious. Was crazy. AI dropped 50. The next game, Vince Carter dropped 50. He had 9 threes on us. I was like, whoa.
Hey, Vince Carter he can shoot threes, man.
Oh God.
Right here.
Iverson was that dude, bro. Man.
But hey, Carcino, I came in a little later. Who was your top 5 that you had? I didn't hear yours.
The top 5, they
Zeke gonna be number 1.
It's just like they got in the thumbnail. It is exactly the players that you see in the thumbnail to this video. All 5 is sitting right there. Isaiah, Oscar Robertson. They're my top 2 of all time, period.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Mine too.
There's them 2. Then definitely Magic. And then you got Stockton and Chris Paul, definitely.
Would you consider Jerry West more
can I respond to that? I think CP3 he just cracked top 10 in my opinion because I had Steve when he made the finals because I had Steve Nash top 10 before that because he had a little more accomplishments, but CP3 made the finals with his team. And you know, I think that made him top 10. And all his times that he choked, because he choked a lot of times. And I'm a Suns fan and a
EP
Clippers fan.
injury.
And a
Yeah,
Clippers
most
fan.
of the
But
times, that's the thing. Injuries would knock him out. Like they would be winning in the series, and then they would lose it because normally he don't finish, and he's hurt in the playoffs. And like his injuries have been some of the most freakish
so
injuries.
unfortunate. Facts.
CP injury.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot how the theme song goes, Cena.
He blew a
I still-
3-1. Remember that 3-1
We
lead
did that earlier in the video.
Casino, but he got hurt and he
Yo,
played in the
Cino.
All-Star game. Make it make
Casino.
sense.
Remember
I
that?
still respect him for beating my Spurs that one year. He got my respect when he beat the Spurs that one year.
You showing wrestling facts, bro.
Now,
Remember that
Nash is
3-1?
good, but Nash can't play a half-court game. That's
No,
the
he can't.
problem with Nash. When you put Nash, he's good in a transitional offense. That's why Phoenix
And he gets exposed in the playoffs too.
Right.
He kind of
That's
gets
why
exposed in the playoffs.
They don't take too long in the shot clock to get a shot up. They go like
7
in the first
seconds.
10 seconds.
8
Right.
seconds.
Yeah.
So, right. 8
8
second
seconds.
offense. So
Yeah.
that's not really how a point guard operates.
Analytics. That was Mike D'Antoni.
Right. See, and that's not how a real point guard operates. A point guard surveys the court. They try to see, what's happening before they even, wait till plays open, wait till a guy, slip open and back screens.
Yeah.
They set plays up for this because you got to know how to play a half court game. Because if they know you get in transition, what happens in the playoffs when they cut that off? And they sure did. They cut it off, and then they forced them to have to play that game.
Yeah, and then
Game.
Just like a quarterback.
Hey,
Respect
Joe
for
Cool.
playing through those back injuries though.
Joe Cool.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, do y'all remember that?
The most.
We got.
Do y'all remember that Clippers Rockets game series back in 2015 where CP3 blew that 3-1 lead?
Yeah.
He blew that 3-1 lead.
Josh
But I
Smith
respect him for beating my Spurs the one year, man. He got my
Josh
respect
Smith
when he beat my
and
Spurs.
Coy Brewer was
Now,
snapping.
one person that probably would be on this
Chris
list.
Paul.
Supposed to be the Clippers and Golden State in the conference finals.
Y'all can't
There.
hear. I can't hear Cena. Hold on, please.
Hold up, y'all.
Tony
Say
Parker. See, that's
Tony
something
Parker.
good about
Yeah.
Tony Parker, but he's more like Steph Curry. They're more scorers and more
Facts,
playing
I agree with that.
Yeah.
than the actual facilitators of the game.
Can I give some honorable mention?
Finishers at the point guard position.
What about Pistol P?
Pistol P.
He reminds me, he's more of a showman. He was more
He's more of a shooting guard.
Right, he was more of a two. But he was great too. Great.
Yeah.
Can I give some honorable mention for Rod Strickland?
Rod Strickland, you like top
Strickland,
30.
if you jump like Rod Strickland.
You like top 30, man. Top 35.
Ryan was a little too. His thing is he didn't like it physical.
He did not
Ryan,
like this.
even playing here in Chicago, we knew the scouting report on him.
He was like, man, y'all be playing too rough, man.
Yeah, we play too rough. Like in the scrimmages, he was like, man, I don't want to play with y'all. Yeah, y'all.
Every rapper had him in his song. Rod Strickland, every rapper had him in his song.
The Wu-Tang.
Yeah, because Ryan, the thing is, Ryan was great, but Ryan really didn't shine in New York. Once he got to like Portland, I think once he got seasoned.
Washington.
Yeah, he
So
got
San Antonio. He was killing when he was in San Antonio. I don't know why they let him go.
Yeah,
he was good on Washington too.
When he got when he went to the West Coast, because when he first started off with the Knicks, it didn't really go that well for Ryan.
He had Mark Jackson in front of him. That's why.
Because it's New York.
Yeah. He had another New York point guard in front of him, Mark Jackson.
And then they brought in, they replaced him.
Avery Johnson.
They brought in Harper. And then people forgot Charlie Ward, man. Heisman Trophy from Florida.
Heisman, NBA Finals.
Charlie Ward came in and actually played. He had a pretty good career, man. I was like, Charlie Ward ended up having a pretty good career. Like, you stupid, man. You won the Heisman Trophy. You ain't go to the NFL.
Shout out Avery Johnson.
Hey, I'm pretty sure he avoided injuries too compared to the NFL. So
he wasn't gonna play. He knew what they was gonna do.
They told him he wasn't gonna be a first round pick.
No, they told him he wasn't gonna
He
start.
wasn't
In the NFL.
This was the NFL back in the 90s. He wasn't playing, bro.
No,
Exactly.
too short.
Yep, too short.
But he ran that shotgun offense. He ran that shotgun offense to a T.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Chris Paul played too safe. That's what some people will say.
he do. I agree with that. He can't take over. Like last year, I seen him take over against the Clippers and them close a couple of them games.
Yep.
But he can't take over like that consistently.
That's the only thing that separates him from Magic, Isaiah, Stockton, and
but I will say this.
Frazier can take over.
I will say this too though. He got my respect when he beat my Spurs the one year. Because he won that. He earned Tim Duncan and them respect whenever he eliminated my Spurs. I was like, damn, dog, I can't say anything.
It was supposed to be the Clippers.
He had a great
and the Cavs in the finals that year. It was supposed to be the Clippers and Cavs in the finals that year. If the Warriors didn't get in the way.
Hey guys, y'all got Steph Curry on top 5?
No.
I do. Top 5.
He's not no real point guard. He's like a scoring guard. He's not no true point guard.
My top 5 point guard is Magic, Isaiah, the Big O, Curry number 4, and Stockton number 5.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Curry over Isaiah. I'm like, man, Casino might kick you out the lot for saying that.
Nah, Curry
That's the rest. Him up 2 times in a row.
Curry changed the position, man. You gotta have him top 5. He changed the position. You gotta have him top 5.
I felt bad for John Stockton because he didn't know what he was getting hit with. Isaiah hit him up for like 40 points the first time they played. I mean,
what year?
Oh yeah.
What year was that?
This is like after the
Like 91, 92. Yeah, this is like that 91, 92 after the Bulls won the championship that year. They didn't pick Isaiah for the dream team, and they still had the reserve spots left. And they were like, "Oh, don't worry, Isaiah be where the reserves gotta be." You know, like how did he not was picked in this? That's a mistake. But
they picked the college kid before him.
Right. You know, and then man, he lit up. I mean, lit up John Stockton because they picked John Stockton.
Carl Malone hit him with that elbow.
Yeah, that was the second game. The first game, the first game he got lit up in Detroit. Like they played Utah, came to Detroit, and John Stockton didn't know what hit him. Isaiah lit him up. So it was happening again in Utah. He was again, like John was down. Like what's happening today?
I cannot.
Audio in the background. Somebody background.
Yeah, somebody
audio.
Fix that.
Somebody background.
Please.
All right, I think somebody.
But back to the CP3 mentality point.
Next thing you know, that elbow came whack.
Boom.
Yeah.
Why Isaiah tried to choke his coach like Steve?
He felt that in the morning. I know that hurt the next morning.
Oh yeah, man. He had to get stitches.
Your audio.
Hey, Cino. Why Isaiah tried to choke his coach like Sprewell like that? He tried to choke his own assistant coach.
Mad. He wanted to do something.
He wanted to punch doggone. I think it was Cartwright.
It was Cartwright who got him. Cartwright who got him with them sharp ass elbows and shit.
Yeah,
freaking Isaiah he was pissed off and he just had to freaking let his aggression out on somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Because Zeke is from the West Side.
That's West Side. Yeah, that's West Side of Chicago. You know.
Yeah, Zeke
that's how raised.
That's what I'm telling you. Michael Jordan better tread lightly. Zeke don't take off on him. He ain't gonna
what Chicago really like out here, man.
Yeah.
We get down for real.
Hey man, I ain't gonna front, man. Jordan was on that yak. He was on that yak at All-Star break at All-Star weekend, man.
Hey, Cino.
was.
Hey, Casino.
You see how crab of a friend Magic was? You see that video? I did.
Yeah.
Yes, it's hilarious.
I saw he still mad. Look at him.
He's still mad.
Please do, man. Man, Magic Two Faces, man. Magic Two Faces.
You know, like, man, that's what I'm saying. That's a salamander friend, that boy.
But him and he
People say Isaiah Two Faces. That's crazy.
he and Jordan good friends
Nah.
too though.
Nah.
Magic Two Faces.
Just don't fool you.
What?
You can't ask Magic to pick a side now. He friends with both of them.
Nah,
He know
you
Mike
let
ain't gonna
niggas
come right up
pick a
and
side.
though.
Zeke being Two-Faced.
Somebody gotta fix their audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as the greatest point guard overall, you can't argue against Isaiah Thomas at all.
Now you can.
Not at all.
Skilled point guard from top to bottom. Probably out of the five that I just named, I feel like probably he might have been the best shooter out of all of them. His jump shot was silky jump shot, the best handles out of all of them. Of course, incredible court awareness. He knew how to set his teammates up to get in great positions to score at all times. You want to talk about him making he made his teammates better. He freaking had Kelly Tripucka getting 38 points around right along with him. He made Bill Laimbeer an all-star. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey,
That's a
kid,
I agree with that. I agree with the
And that's what the point
intangibles
guard
and
is
all the
predicated on.
facts. But
Would
let's
you
talk
consider
about
Earl the Pearl a
let's
point
talk
guard?
about the history though. He didn't really start winning
I
until
wouldn't,
the
yeah.
Lakers got old.
Yeah.
He didn't really start winning until the Lakers got old at 88.
get on him, Tino.
That was still good.
old.
Kareem was in his 40s, bro. Kareem was out the
Kareem
door.
was
Yeah, Kareem was old, but everybody else was still young.
Still pretty much in their prime.
Oh my god, what is this noise?
Kareem was old.
Somebody.
It's always somebody flushing the toilet or something.
Hey, let's not act like Isaiah Thomas was 38 when he retired. He wasn't 38 when he retired.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Back then, guys only played like 12, 13 years.
Right.
Yeah, that was it.
It took way more toll on them.
Game was more physical.
Right.
Yeah,
Isaiah
way more
had
physical.
surgery on his shooting wrist. He had a scaphoid injury where he had done this so much, the bones had
Practice when you shoot,
broken, and it fused together. And it was a knot, like the bone had fused together, and it was like a knot in his wrist.
Exactly.
And that's from shooting constantly. Like
The doctor said, if you bend your wrist like this one more time, you won't be able to.
You're gonna break
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, it was done.
Yeah.
Guys,
And he tore his Achilles. They because he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, he was
Right, Joe.
22 years old.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles.
Shut
That was
it.
it. He was going to retire anyway at the end of that
Hey,
year.
before your Achilles
Yeah.
at that time, they didn't have medical advances like they do it now.
Bro, he was like 6 foot doing this, doing what he did. That's like incredible, bro.
You know what? You know, I kind
Impacted the
of
game.
identify. When I say my top five, I got them in my top five for different reasons. Yeah, they're top 5 point guards, but for different reasons. Like I got Isaiah Thomas number 2 because he pound for pound the best point guard ever. I got Magic Johnson number 1 because this is the best. He had the biggest peak of any point guard. He didn't play the best position of point guard. This is why I got Magic Johnson number 1. Now, why you can have Isaiah number 2, but I can't put him over Magic. Nobody played point guard position better than Magic.
I mean, I would say. I mean, you could say that.
You
But
can
I
say
think
that.
he outplayed Magic at the point guard position. He was a better ball handler, but Magic, like he's 6'9".
Yeah, as far as passing, yeah, and Isaiah even told
I
me.
just pass it floor general, like
Exactly.
on the floor. Then if you need him to get scored, he gonna make.
He can go down and
crazy
score whenever he
happen.
wanted to. He had incredible touch.
Yeah, it's something crazy. A left hand hook off the glass. Bink.
All sorts of Harlem blows.
And we forgetting the other thing, but these guys execute some of the most clutch like like plays down the stretch to like get your team over the top. Yeah, man.
Guys that make players. Kurt
Right.
Rambis would have never
My
been
bad, nigga.
nothing. If
Is he? You think he a Hall of Famer, Kurt Rambis?
would have never been hurt.
Hell no.
Nah, he
Kurt
ain't a Hall of
Rambis a Hall of Famer? He like a Hall of Fame role player.
We like Rambis for what he do, but nah, he ain't no Hall of Famer.
Is he a Hall of Fame?
Magic made him a star.
Wow, don't even mention that cancer around LA
Hey, anybody see the NBA 75? Well, Mike, he touching Mary J. Blige. He was in a picture with Kobe's wife and Mary J. Blige. He got his hand on Mary J. Blige's ass. I was like, damn. Like, Mike better watch it. He gonna get me too. Mike gonna be getting me too, man.
They ain't gonna say that to Magic. I mean, Jordan.
You see, Tyrese tried to grab her. She shoved him off. Like, oh,
on God.
Mary J. Blige.
Back on that yak, man. Back on that yak.
Trying to say something, Nick. My bad.
But
MJ got that clout, man.
He tried to grab Nick Carson to a one-on-one. Did you see that?
Yep. Yeah.
He said, "Cat, fuck." He told Cat, "F you." I saw what you did to my team. He told the Carl Anthony Towns that.
Yeah.
Hey, I would if I met Jordan, I would probably antagonize him competitively myself. I would do the same thing.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't advise that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, bro. Yeah.
You'll be sitting down, might be.
Facts.
I wanted to see Isaiah come up and shake Michael Jordan's hand. I wanted to see that so bad.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, you'll regret that choice, bro. Sure. You'll be wishing you didn't.
Me and Mike will be arguing right away. Me and Mike will be arguing right off the bat.
Oh, we all know this.
I would like to see.
Defense was suspect. You seeing this?
His defense was what?
I disagree. He had like 66 steals in one of them finals. That's an all-time record.
Exactly.
I would like to see Zeke come up to Michael Jordan and shake his hand.
Like you would never have seen before.
He was nothing but an arm chopper. Yeah, you would never be the measure of a man of Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is worth more than you in this little cup.
Oh yeah, and Cino, he was talking about. He told Mike to freaking lace your shoes up, lace your little Jordans up, and play Isaiah 1-on-1, and Isaiah would bust his ass. He would, especially at this point right now.
Yeah, she could bust his ass still, right?
I disagree with that.
Oh, I
don't know about that.
Isaiah,
number 1 point guard.
Cino, who you think will win a fight, Zeke or Jordan? He said, "Come on, we're gonna tell this expired first story."
Zeke gonna hit it with a chair.
He's too little, man. He gonna
Zeke gonna hit it with a chair.
He gonna pick up something.
The west side of Chicago.
Isaiah.
Why you talk like a bitch though, Cino? You know you talk soft. You talk mad soft. Isaiah, I don't like the way you talk.
Sorry. That's Isaiah Thomas.
You can't be from the west side of Chicago and talk like that.
He's a player, bro. He's a player, bro.
You never heard Isaiah Thomas. You listening to Isaiah Thomas, you never heard Zeke.
You never really heard exactly.
You never heard
It's a
Zeke.
difference.
Don't let that smile fool you, bro.
I've seen the west side of Chicago come out.
Basing his voice on TV, bro.
On TV. Keyword on TV. You've never really heard him like that.
On TV. You watching Isaiah Thomas on TV talk.
Right.
Zeke is a whole nother guy. That's one guy all the way. When you hear that,
Hey, Cino.
Yeah, the same thing with Magic. Don't let that smile fool you.
He tried to fight Rick Mahorn. Zeke tried to fight Rick Mahorn. Remember that?
Man, he fought Mahorn. He fought Cartwright. So you think
he punched Lambert one time in practice. And he
punched Lambert, broke his hand. So I knew he'd break both of them, hitting Mike in the head.
Right.
Right. Mike can fight him back. I mean, they got the same.
Mike can fight him back. He wasn't no punk, but
yeah, Mike can fight him back. But I'm like, this is Isaiah. Westside, he ain't gonna take no L. Like he gonna hit you with something. It's gonna be something in his pocket. He gonna.
Did he ever fight? Did he ever fight Adrian Dantley when they was?
Dantley didn't want that. Dantley did not want that.
They just had their
Dantley went to Notre Dame. He went to Notre Dame, okay? He played basketball at Notre Dame. No. That ain't gonna happen.
Shout
In the
out,
You got
back.
Chicago against Indiana. Come on, man.
shout
No.
out to Joe.
I remember Dennis Rodman told this story about Isaiah. He was like, one time Dennis Rodman came to practice. I think he was drunk or something. He said Isaiah hit him so hard. He's like, you gotta stop going out with John Sally. You important to the team. He said Dennis Rodman said Isaiah hit him so hard. he stopped doing that after. Stop going out with John Sally.
Yeah, Zeke
Olympics,
got
I thought that
man.
was.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That man there, yeah, I think I got that car signed somewhere in this house.
I got
He's not
that
better than
card.
Magic, though.
No.
He's not better than Magic. Let's knock it off.
Hey, he outplayed Magic.
I got him. I got him over Magic.
He said he outplayed Magic, and Magic didn't like that, but he was like, look, Isaiah done played for the last 4 years. He played the best point guard play I've seen.
Gotta give it to him, man.
So Magic was like, oh, what do you mean, Isaiah? He's like, dude, Isaiah's outplayed you.
He had it the rough way too, man.
That's the
He
thing.
had to
That's the
earn the
difference between both
respect,
of them.
man.
Magic had the team already there when he got there.
Yeah.
His team was
No.
established already.
No,
Everything
no.
wasn't
Magic,
given to Isaiah.
Magic put them over the top, bro. Let's stop it. Kareem wasn't winning championships in LA.
I mean, here's
How long was he there? How long was he there?
Oh, good
Like
grief.
5 years, like 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years.
Here's the thing.
Oh,
You're right. They weren't gonna win without Magic. They weren't gonna win without Magic, without a doubt. They're not gonna. Kareem was not gonna win without Magic. They needed somebody like him to facilitate the ball. But the game was ran through the big man. Big man had to perform. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't win in Milwaukee without Oscar Robertson.
Right.
hey, holler at your good brothers.
Once they got Oscar Robertson, that's when they won the championship. He needed that point guard. So once Magic came in there, it was a no-brainer. You know, that Magic was going to be the general. This is why I always put Magic over Kareem.
You can say that. You can say
Yo,
that.
Cino.
You can say that. You can say
I'll
that.
ask
for
you
sure.
a real question.
Kareem because Magic is a floor general and he can lead teams. And I'm like, Magic is just like, he's incredible. He will take 5 average players and make them look like they are.
To make them look like all-stars. And
Right.
I was
He did what Norm Nixon couldn't do. He basically did what Norm Nixon
I was
couldn't
going to
do.
add to what you were saying.
And
too,
that's what Isaiah could do. I'm like, dude, look at the players they had. If you put them on other teams, they probably wouldn't even be talking about them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to add to what you were
that
saying.
nobody wanted. Like Benny Johnson, the microwave, he wouldn't have probably been none if he ain't played on the Pistons.
He literally turned the whole organization around. The franchise.
I was gonna. You was talking. I was gonna go. I was just gonna add to what you were saying
What
about
up?
Magic too in his passing ability, man. Like he had and Zeke even talked about it, man. Seeing as how he was 6'9", he was able to make certain passes that other guards weren't able to make. Like he had I think what he said, the 5th passing lane or whatnot. He the pass behind your head. You know what I'm saying? Making passes behind your head. He was like he had eyes in the back of his head. It was incredible. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
What up, Cino? What up, panel?
What up?
What up, man?
There's rules, everything around me.
Hey, what was your top 5? I missed it.
Oh yeah, we got the same list that's in the thumbnail: Isaiah, Magic, Oscar, Big O, and Chris Paul and Stockton.
You put Chris Paul in there?
Oh yeah, CP3 is definitely top 5 all time. I got him over J Kid. I got him over J Kid. I got him over. Nash. I got him over Tony Parker, Gary Payton.
Floor general, yeah. Point guard.
Put him over the
I don't
glove.
know.
Put him over the glove in his prime.
Point guard is a coach.
Yeah. He's a better shooter. He's a better shooter than GP. I say GP was a better defender.
Yeah.
Out of the guards, but GP, he was a better shooter of the basketball and basically could change the outlook of the game. Like GP couldn't do that. GP could do it, and he couldn't control his emotions enough. He becomes isolated. He take over because he started ramming off with the mouth. He one-on-one with a player, and he didn't isolated the rest of the team.
Right.
And that's when, you know, you could take, and that's what Mike was doing. Mike was like, I took GP out the game, you know. Mike started talking to Gary Payton, and that's when it really took off. That whole series took a whole nother turn. But Dennis Rodman single-handedly won that series, and it was the funniest thing ever. He really was MVP. He got Jack Burkowski, all them dudes, man. It was the funniest thing ever. They like, we got our tough guy, we got our Dennis Rodman, Frank Burkowski. I'm like, man.
Let me ask y'all this.
Cino, I got a question. You from Chicago? Which team was the best out of all the 6 championship Bulls teams? Which team was the best? Some people say 92 or 96.
Michael Jordan said 92. The best team they had
that was a good team too.
92
that was a good team too. 92.
92 was one of the weakest teams to me. Actually, that's when they almost got eliminated twice. Like they almost lost the championship.
Oh, that's their first one. No, that's not the first one.
That's the first games in the regular season. They went 7 games with the Knicks. That's in the second round. That shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And then they almost lost in the finals to the Portland Trail. They was blowing leads. It was like that was not a really good. Like
no, it wasn't.
No, they were
first one was probably their hungriest.
Playoffs started. They really started to fade. So it was like, oh man, they went 7 games with the Knicks and all that. So that was the year. I think 93 was probably one of the better. That's when Jordan really figured it out. That's when 93 was the different Jordan.
Yeah. 96.
96 is probably my favorite team. 96 is my favorite.
96 from top to bottom. That team from top to bottom.
Yeah.
96
you got 3 Detroit Pistons on the team.
They were at their peak.
Basically, I mean.
You got 3 Detroit Pistons on the team. And Dennis Rodman was the ultimate player on that team. You're not winning a championship without Dennis.
Right.
So Dennis, they had Sally on the team.
And Buddha.
Buddha Edwards.
Buddha. Forget about Buddha, man.
Buddha was pretty much done at that time. But they really wanted them to learn our philosophy and run our plays that we did on the court. They were trying to be us defensively.
Of course.
So that's why we were there. Like, that's why John was there to keep John and Rodman happy. But Rodman was teaching them, like, how do y'all, know how to pick up the guys on defense? Rodman know how to agitate. Like, the Bulls don't know how to play cerebral games defensively. Rodman know how to agitate the other players to get them to get technical fouls and get them to throw people out. So he was doing these games, mental games. They thought the Bulls was thinking all of along, like, this is just part of the game. Like, with emotion and all of this. No, they just said, no, we know Horace Grant is stupid. So we know that to react, and he gonna do something real dumb and get a technical foul in the situation and get himself thrown out. That put more pressure on you to play somebody else who's not experienced or running those sets with the rest of your guys. So we go after the weaklings. So we know them, and we know that's gonna break up their whole unit. And that's what Rodman was doing. He was getting them so frustrated. Rodman is good because he's never gonna get frustrated like that. Rodman,
he don't stop.
Get me frustrated, but when
he don't get tired, he don't stop.
Yeah, Rodman would systematically take the front court out the game. You know what I'm saying? He would have them so mentally messed up, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll be ready to fight him, and from that point on, the game is over at that point because you're not thinking about winning, you're thinking about fighting.
One of the key players
that he used to hit the gym after the game.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't give him credit.
I'll tell you, it hit the bar.
Ron defense. He was defending point guards.
Even with the Lakers, the early 2000 Lakers, he did his thing.
So that's what I'm saying. Rod came in there and was doing his job. When they went and picked him up and brought Rod on that 96 team and let him come in there and start guarding the point guards. And it was funny when Jordan came there, he told Tony Kukoc, you're on the bench. Tony Kukoc and Michael Jordan never really got along. Period.
Right.
They never got along. People, I don't think that was covered in the. I don't think he was on The Last Dance.
No,
he was. He showed him
thanks.
He showed him thanks at the Hall of Fame though. He thanked him and Scottie Pippen for toughing him up in his Hall of Fame speech though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, yeah, he probably did that, but because he never he was yelling at Tony all the time. Like they would take Tony and snatch him out the game because Tony couldn't play defense. Yeah, no, it was all about his defense. Michael be cussing him out in practice. all like, yo, you won't play, man. I know y'all don't play the defense in there, but you in the NBA now. If you do this in the game when we lose.
That's exactly why he was on the bench.
I don't like the fact Tony
Treat
can't
him
play
like
no
an old
defense.
regular white dude, but
Dynamic
damn.
scorer,
What
dynamic
it
scorer.
sound like.
Somebody who was a dynamic passer for a small forward, but he could not play defense, dude.
Yeah, so when you got Harper out there, he had bad knees, and they's like, look, we don't need you, Rod, to be out here like shooting and scoring, but we just need you to play solid D on these guards. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
He played great defense, and they played great team.
He a slept on point guard. Now we think about it. He probably top 30 NBA point guards. Top 40, top 40.
No.
NBA point guard.
Maybe.
Got hurt.
Guess
Got
if
hurt.
I mean, but
Could I put him over Kenny Anderson?
No.
Could I? Right. You know, it's a long list. It's a long list.
You think he better? You think Ron Harper better than Derek Fisher?
Can I put him over Maurice Cheeks? I don't
Who do you think better, Ron Harper or Derek Fisher?
Ron Harper.
Yeah, I put Ron
You said
Harper.
Ron Harper or Derek Fisher?
I'll go
They
Ron.
played the same
Ron.
way.
So I'm gonna go with Ron, only because of size. Derek Fisher was a good complimentary guard.
I'm not Derek Fisher.
Guards like him, you know somebody.
But I'm saying Ron Harper.
You got Brunson that played for the Mavs. He remind me a lot of Derek Fisher.
Right.
His game is like Fisher.
Yeah.
Fisher was strong too.
Yeah, he was
defensive
strong.
end. Once he lock on you, you can feel that. Yeah, you'll feel
It's a
that.
very underrated thing about Derek Fisher, man. He was very strong.
Yeah.
His game is very.
Once he put that clamp out on you, you gonna feel it.
He take your girl too.
He will.
Hey,
Yeah.
Quick.
What you think about where you rank
I was gonna
Deron
say that.
Williams?
Thank you.
Deron Williams.
Darren Williams.
What
He was
happened
solid.
to him, bro?
He was solid.
He
He
fell
took-
off a cliff. He fell off a
Like,
cliff.
back.
Yeah, he fell off a cliff.
He,
At one
he-
point,
right
it
now,
was CP and him.
he beat the hell out of people in the boxing ring. He beat the hell out of Frank Gore in the
He
boxing ring.
did.
And it was funny. My cousin was here. We was watching the highlights. We was like,
Uncle
man,
Frank
he was pushing him.
that.
we
He
saw
was doing
the
him
highlights
bad.
of the training before it was even down. I was like, it was like Darren Williams. He was doing like some MMA practice. Pop, 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 pop. Man, my cousin's like, oh no, he gonna whoop Frank Gore that. We knew right away. We was like, oh no, Frank Gore gonna get his ass whooped.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
I
they
saw
said
Frank Gore in there practicing. They're like, oh, look at Frank. Frank got some
You know,
moves.
he was a 2-1 underdog too.
I looked at my cousin. We both looked at each other like, this ain't finna go.
You see the fight on Showtime tonight? You see the main event tonight? Colbert.
No, I missed it.
Oh,
He got
over.
he got dropped in the 7th. He lost the fight by unanimous decision. Yeah, Garcia beat him 2 weeks notice, man.
Yep.
Yep, and then and the thing that made it funny was because I watched the fight earlier, the one in the UK.
Yeah.
This is super funny, and this what cracks me up is the interview, right? Because they needed a translator. The translator is right in front of him. His job is to translate what he's saying. He was like asking what was going through his mind when he got into the ring. And he's what was going through your mind when you went to the? I was like, wait a minute. Greg did that, man. I was on the floor, man. I was laughing my ass. Somebody sent it to me too.
Please, somebody.
Please. Funny as hell. I'm finna find it. I don't
Please
care.
tell me you caught the video.
Yeah, here it is again. He just sent it to me. That was the funniest thing ever.
What? Oh God, this is hilarious. He asked him a question, and this guy on the left is supposed to be translating. He didn't translate nothing he said. He asked the same question in English. Watch this.
Wow.
You have the ability to invoke a rematch. Will you do that? If you have the opportunity to give this rematch, will you do it?
That is crazy, man.
The dude he was talking to, it seemed like he was drunk when they got him. He was like, yeah, now translate that over to him. Now I got it. Do you want the opportunity? Man, I was on the floor. I'm like, where did they grab him? Did they just grab somebody out the crowd? Oh God, man! I remember the HBO had a guy. They shoved the guy out of the way because the guy he get paid to translate, and the guy is like, because they think he's our Spanish translator. It's like we got our guy. He's like, he don't understand him. Get him out of the way. They shoved that guy out of the way because he didn't know what the hell he was saying. And he was like talking to him in Spanish, and it was Casa Mayor. I never forget. Because Casa Mayor is Cuban. Their Spanish is different. So he don't understand some of the words that he's saying to him. And they're trying to tell the HBO guy, we have our own translator here, and he's like, he don't understand him. He started talking to him. And he started telling him what he's saying. So he's like, look, he don't understand him. Well, he's our Spanish translator. He don't understand his version of Spanish.
They seen him did
stupid. It's like, dude, y'all have no idea what y'all talking about.
Right.
I understand that just because somebody speaks Spanish, you think everybody speaks the same, and they just
no.
I like they have no idea. It's amazing to me how dumb people is. I'm like, do you know how many people that's in China that can't communicate with other people because they speak Cantonese and they don't know Mandarin? They might know a few words of Mandarin. That's it.
Right.
But here in America, Chinese is just one language. No, it's not.
There's Mandarin.
You go to India, it's places over there they don't all speak the same dialect. So there's some people that can't even understand the other one.
Yeah. Tina, where would you rank?
They knew 9/11 didn't really make a lot of sense because they were like, wait a minute, there's no way he could have communicated with them because the group over there, they don't even speak the same. He wouldn't be in conversation with him. He wouldn't understand him.
Right, you say that in English too.
Yeah, we don't know the difference. They be like, look, one guy with a thing wrapped around his head did this, and then that's all they gonna run with. He's friends with Bin Laden. It's like friends. They couldn't even hold a conversation with each other.
That's funny.
So that's what over there. They was like, wow, this like America news is crazy. Y'all don't take nothing into factual standpoint. I was like, that's how it is, man. People don't know. Like one guy tried to tell me that all Arabic speak the same language, and I'll never forget that.
No.
You really need to learn the world. Like you're gonna be blown away.
Yeah. Tina, where would you rank Rondo all-time point guards? Like top 30, top 40, some
top 40, top 35.
He don't have the statistics, but he has the knowledge of the game, the know-how, but he just don't have the statistics because he can't stay on the court. He's hurt.
Right.
He's hurt.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Right now.
And for a lot of part of his career, he was a journeyman too.
Yeah.
He stay on the court, and he had a bad attitude with coaches. Like he was tough to coach out in the mix.
Hey, see, I wanted to ask you earlier. Do you think Jason Kidd and Gary Payton stuck around too long?
No. They did it just right. I don't think they stuck around at all. Jason Kidd sticking around too long got him a championship.
Yeah, they got the championship, but it was like
they went like,
Dirk. Dirk, Kerry, Jason.
They didn't need to be the guy.
When Jason Kidd went to Dallas, he was still Jason Kidd. Like
he was still point guard, facts. Yeah.
Yeah. He could still hit an open but he could still be your starting point guard. He could run the court. He just ain't gonna
better leader. Yeah.
Right. It's like he really wasn't in a bad position. He actually was the position to help them out. That was the piece they really needed to get them over the top because Jason Terry is a scorer. So when they lost that championship in 2004, and because my man missed them free throws, that's what really screwed them up. But when when they lost that championship
to the Heat, you talking about?
Yeah, to the Heat. Man, they got robbed too. But gosh.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade shot the most free throws in NBA Finals history.
Why you think the refs allowed Miami to win though? Like, a lot of people say it was rigged, but why though?
Because they had Shaq. They had Shaq storyline, the Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah,
Right. Shaq left and won a championship. Now
one of
Kobe have to come back. Right, and now they got Dwayne Wade. And man, that Christmas game, you know how insane that was when Kobe.
Man, I remember watching it as a kid, bro. Like,
shout out Avery Johnson. Shout out Avery Johnson, coaching.
Most watched game probably in NBA history. All the tension that was built up between Kobe and Shaq to that game.
Didn't Bill Russell have to get involved in that?
Yeah,
he had to settle that. Did Bill Russell have to get involved in that? Settle the difference between the two.
Yeah, that real fast. But that game there was crazy because man, they were going at it. Kobe hit like 2, 3, like 3 in a row, whatever. LA was just gone.
Yeah.
Kobe, man. It was crazy. But man, they never anticipated Flash.
Right.
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 That boy was different. He was different.
Yeah, Flash was something else.
Oh, he's different. All right.
Yeah, Flash was something else. Now, Flash was tearing them up. And
Flash and the Truth. Those are some great names.
Yeah, Kobe had
Flash and the Truth.
We got to foul Shaq out. So that was Kobe's game plan going in there. So the first thing he did was run right into Shaq. And Shaq blocked it. And they didn't call a foul. And he went back and got a foul on Shaq. He ended up getting Shaq fouled out the game. And that was his strategy. He just went too late. He's like, good, we gone. That's it. Shaq got to go. That's his thing. We get Shaq out, then we can play. But y'all had a problem with Flash. That's to go. That's why I'm like, look, y'all worried about the wrong thing. Shaq ain't the problem. Y'all problem is Flash. Y'all gonna have to deal with him because that dude getting to the next level.
Hey, but that's what back in 2000 when the Pacers played the Lakers, we knew Kobe was good. But when we found Shaq out in Game 4 and Kobe showed
stepped
up,
out.
and he showed that he was the second coming of Jordan that game.
Right, and they don't really give him that much credit. They give Shaq all that credit, like man, he grew up. That's
he showed up and showed out.
Hey, when Shaq fouled out of that game, we was happy as hell. We thought we wrapped that game up. Man,
I blame Larry Bird for not playing Jalen Rose more.
I don't know, man. Jalen, he couldn't stop Kobe.
And
Jalen got 81 scored on.
Reggie
Miller
played the worst he ever played in a series. He could not hit a shot to save his life. And I was so damn pissed.
Wasn't he getting guarded by Kobe though? Wasn't Kobe guarding him though? At times, or was it
Kobe was guarding him.
I think him and Glenn Rice
it was him.
The thing was that he fell for the trap. Him and Kobe worked out together in LA.
Oh yeah.
They filmed a whole series and everything. Kobe and Reggie, they did like a TV show thing. And then they start working out together. He was learning all Reggie moves. Reggie don't even know it. That's just what Kobe He's learning all Reggie moves. So he's learning how to guard Reggie and what he can use on Reggie and what he can't. And when they got to the finals, he was using that same move and everything that he did there. He knew all the tendencies on Reggie. And Reggie was like, damn, this dude, he's like, man, that was a bad. And Kobe was like, yeah, that was a bad idea. He had no idea. He had no idea. I set him up.
Yeah.
Kobe soaked it all up.
We supposed to play Portland that year. Portland dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Portland got cheated.
Because Scottie Pippen ain't a leader.
Portland got cheated, but they didn't know how to freaking execute that.
Scottie Pippen's a bitch. That's a fact.
They do double digits. Hey, if he won that series, his career would be completely different. He would have made it without Phil Jackson and Mike to the finals. That his
got a little bit more respect.
What's
completely different.
If he run the point and run it smooth, but he couldn't control the situations and he couldn't lead them because he didn't know how. It was like, okay, now you was a leader by voice. Now you got to lead by example. You got to go out there and stand it. The young guys are spiraling right now. They need that leader to step up. This is where Mike would take it over.
Yep.
You know, like Mike would say, okay, now I got to go take the game over. This is why Isaiah would say, okay, now I got to take it over.
Rashid did that.
Give me the ball and get out the
Scottie
game.
wasn't made like that. Scottie's like, no, we're going to play the right way and it's going to happen. Just keep trusting it, guys. We're going to play
Trust
this
the
way.
process. No, just kidding. Mike said that they weren't going to beat the Knicks when he won't playing with them. He said they ain't going to beat them.
Exactly.
Hey, they're doing that.
So it's the same thing in Portland. It was the same thing in Portland.
That was his chance. That 94 year, that was his chance.
He knew Scottie couldn't do nothing with Kobe. Kobe was going to take him apart. Kobe ripped up Scottie like he was a nobody.
That's
Scottie
folded. That's why they put Bonzi Wells on Kobe.
Yep. And Pat Patterson.
Folded under the pressure.
Yeah.
Like he always does.
Man, them Pacers and the Bucks teams, man.
You had Bonzi Wells,
That's the
Rashid.
players.
You know,
Patrick Patterson.
Right, they can keep everybody in check.
I thought it was Ruben.
And, the Kobe
Yeah,
stop.
Ruben Patterson. Yeah, Ruben Patterson.
Ruben Patterson all year.
Kobe stuff.
Kobe style.
Man, they should have never done that. That just turned Kobe. Like that was the meter that turned.
Didn't they have Steve Smith?
Kobe started lighting that boy
Steve
up.
Smith.
And Damon Stoudemire.
Yeah, Damon
Portland had a
Steve
squad,
Smith.
bro.
Absolutely.
They had the OD squad. Like,
They had Jermaine O'Neal.
Ruben Patterson told Kobe,
Jermaine O'Neal.
like he told Kobe, like after Kobe kept lighting him up every time he saw him, he was like, "Come on, man, go easy on me, man. I'll get a contract. Get a contract, man. Go on easy on me, man. Hey, it's over, right?
It's like, hell no.
Like that was
They
years
had
ago.
Dello Shrimp too.
Kobe was like, I don't care.
Oh, yeah,
They
that's
keep
right.
on me, all I hear is the Kobe stop.
Yeah.
Right here, and I'm just gonna tear you up every time. I'm sorry.
Pitt would be
Seemed
so
like that was
close
they,
by himself, but he would never make it. He'd be so close by himself, but never make it.
It seemed like Portland was their rival up until Ruben Patterson said that.
That's who it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be the rivals to the Lakers. They're supposed to be the rivals to the Lakers until they lost.
I mean, but that was the team to win it. Steve Smith, they was up 13 in the fourth. They was rolling like it was smooth. The Lakers was imploding.
And then the refs
If Portland wins that game, the Lakers split up.
And the
Yeah.
If
Facts.
they win that game, the Lakers are splitting up that
And
year.
thank God we didn't split up, and thank God we freaking won.
Shout out to the refs.
Facts.
Shout out to the refs.
Who you think would have left? You think Kobe would have left?
Shout out
You think Kobe would have left?
It was gonna be Shaq was gonna put them in a situation.
At that time, yeah. Because Shaq was still the big dog.
Yeah.
Shaq was trying to get him traded.
Kobe would have probably had to go.
Kobe was gonna go to Chicago.
Yeah, but that was
Allegedly.
that was at a different time.
That was later.
This was before they won a championship.
Yeah.
Now they were still mad about Shaq was mad that Eddie Jones is gone. Because that
Right.
Kobe should have been gone and not Eddie. And he couldn't believe they got rid of Eddie Jones.
I didn't know that.
Nick Van Exel
I
too.
didn't know that he wanted to keep Eddie Jones. I thought he wanted Glenn Rice.
Yeah, he won.
No.
Eddie Jones was an all-star, man. Eddie Jones was.
He thought Kobe Bryant should have been gone.
He kind of taught him a little bit on the.
Shaq thought that the Lakers
Eddie
already
Jones.
had a set team, and he didn't really want Kobe there. You know what I'm saying? He was
Right. He felt like Nick at Night got out of there because when Nick got into it with the coach,
That was my guy right there.
Nick Van Exel.
Nick got into it, and they had a big fallout. And they ended up, they traded Nick because of that in the offseason. Nick was like, watch what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to fall apart. And he's like, oh, they finna try to get Dennis Rodman? Oh, they really finna fall apart. He's like, wait till Dennis get there. He's like, they get the Dennis that want to play, cool. But if they get the Dennis that want to do everything else to promote Dennis, then
They got him a year early. What if they had Phil Jackson with him?
They fired Dale Harris, then brought Dennis on the very next week. They started off like 0-6 or 3-6, and they fired Dale Harris immediately.
And Kurt Rambis was the puppet.
Kurt Rambis was had the responsibility of Dennis Rodman. So they brought Kurt in from the front office. His wife still run the front office with Jenny. And that's who really run the Lakers, Linda Rams.
Yes, you had bum.
He the mean one.
Kurt Rambis, the shadow GM.
She the one tell Jenny what to do, and Jenny do it. She ain't gonna never go against Linda.
Chris, what was Chris saying? Is he, he's from LA. So
remember Nick, I was telling you on HD about who the real boss is that's Kurt Rambis, who's the shadow GM, and then his wife, who's Jenny's right-hand woman.
Yep.
They keep on messing up, and the younger buses are about to take over.
I make you wonder they're gonna put her in that series that's coming out on HBO. They're gonna put her in
that. Right. I can't wait to see that, boy. That's dude.
Hey, since we talking about LA, I got a good question. I just thought of something.
What?
Now I'm gonna need y'all to think about this objectively.
All right.
Who has had the worst Lakers run in history? LeBron now or Kobe in the 2000s? Be honest.
LeBron.
Who had the worst run in Lakers history?
LeBron now. What the fuck?
No. Stop. You reacting. I'm gonna need you to be objective.
Are you saying teams or run?
I'm talking about teams, expectations, all that. Who had the worst Laker run?
What Jose just said. What Jose just said.
What the fuck?
That's cap, bro.
That's the right reaction. That's the right
expectation. I say expectations, LeBron, but teams.
Nah.
Teams told expectations, bro.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Not even expectations.
I just said that. I just told you the difference. I said teams, record, and expectations.
No.
Team records and expectations. You're absolutely right.
I don't think Kobe missed the playoffs during that 2000 run.
No, he did.
He did. He missed once. He missed once.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Is that look at the personnel that LeBron had
compared to what Kobe had back then.
And look at what the expectations was never the Lakers was going to the championship once they lost Shaq.
Nope.
That was never in the cards. There was not like the Lakers are going to a championship. They rebuilding now around.
Yeah, I was about to say they was kind of like rebuilding, right?
You were in rebuild mode at that time.
Kobe now. It's a whole new
it was just like him and Derek Fisher. Pretty much.
But I'm saying my point was to admit those are both the only low points in the Lakers franchise history. That was my
your
point.
question. Your question is which of the two?
That wasn't
both.
Yeah,
but that was that was my question. But I had a premise to the question. I had a premise to the question.
Okay,
I accepted your question. I accept the question. I'm not denying it. But the premise of the question was those two are holders of the worst eras in
that
Lakers
was not
history.
Your original point, though.
I just said that, bro. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Do you hear what?
Do you hear?
Yes.
You can say Jerry West had the worst.
They were making the finals. They were making the finals.
Yeah, they were
Jerry
making
West
the finals, but they were losing like all the time. So it was like,
in LA too.
Oh God!
All right, they only won one championship, so it was doing that
tournament. They won a tournament.
No, I'm at the Jerry West team. Like
you're talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
best teams though in NBA history. But when they
I
won
respect, man. Jerry West.
Yeah, he been the 10. Ain't Jerry West been the 10 or 9?
Nah, he been at 9.
He like what 1 and 9?
Yeah, something like that.
And he took every single loss.
9 NBA Finals. In all in him 1-1.
He took every single loss like personal, bro. He
because
took like the rough, man.
Going up against a more
that's why I got respect for him, bro.
I'm not gonna say it was necessarily more stats, or they just had
you got a deeper team. You always had a deeper team than us. So
I'm not gonna say that. Not all the time.
I will say that.
They just had Bill Russell.
They had a deeper
I'll
team.
say that. Yeah.
I mean, freaking.
I mean, they had Elgin Baylor. They had Dick Barnett. They had a good team. They just couldn't stop Bill Russell.
Oh, they were not. No, from top to
no, they were not.
You take Dick Barnett over freaking John Havlicek?
No, I'm just saying who they had on their team.
Oh yeah, okay.
But if you look at LeBron's team, right, the first year they was there, everybody when LeBron get on the team, the expectation is championship. So even when they had Lonzo Ball and they had all the young talent, Brandon Ingram, they had ballers on that team. LeBron just did not know how to work. He didn't know how to work with the young talent because that's not part of his game. He normally works with veterans and guys who already know how to play.
Yeah,
the
they
game.
know the roles in there.
So so they were starting to move those players out and bringing in older veteran players in, which they ended up doing in that part of the second half of the stanza of the season. But the thing is that first year got screwed up because LeBron was hurt or whatever.
An injury,
They couldn't get AD. Well, that was the big thing. That GM,
that he got fired right after HD because he.
And I was so glad he stuck it to them. And now the rumor is he's sticking it to Jordan White, but why neither?
What?
Wait, what?
Wait, say it again. Say that again.
That's a Patreon. That's a Patreon.
Stick to the script. I'm just kidding.
Dale Demps, baby. Dale Demps.
Dale Demps.
My hero.
Allegedly.
Yeah, so he didn't.
Allegedly.
So the whole team turned on LeBron because they knew they was about to be traded, and all the information was leaked out by Dale Demps about the
I remember that. I remember it like it was yesterday.
And Brandon Ingram.
I was excited. I was excited for Lonzo to play with LeBron too when they first happened.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna make it work.
Nah, I knew
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely didn't care.
But see, this is why Brandon Ingram, and I felt him the most, is because he the one that welcomed LeBron to the team. He was the first one when LeBron first.
He was a fan. He was a fan of LeBron.
Yeah, he's a fan. Like, man, bro, he was like, I couldn't wait to play. He's like, that's why one of the reasons I came to LA. I wanted to play with you. That's what LeBron told him. And it's on video and everything. Like, man, I want to play with Brandon Ingram, man. This dude, like, multi-talented, could do anything on the court.
I thought Brandon didn't like LeBron.
Nope.
No, it was at first it wasn't like that.
At first he's like, yo, this is my guy.
Nah,
you know,
he was a fan of him at first.
He's a
But
fan.
over time,
He looked up to him.
Like, dude, like, and it was that Houston game when Chris Paul got punched in the mouth by Ron.
Oh yeah, he held CP3 back.
Yeah,
he held Chris Paul back.
Ingram was already salty because he wasn't getting no calls too, and I was like, man,
Yeah, he threw that little punch.
And as soon as that went off, he ran back to go get involved. He was all the way down the court, and he ran down there to get involved. Oh, it's on! I've been waiting for this. He ran down there to get involved. By the time he there, LeBron had grabbed CP.
Yeah, LeBron consoling Chris Paul as if he's a
that's what he doing. Like, dog, whose side are you on?
You mentioned the Nipsey Hussle part. Nipsey Hussle wanted to get him
They been doing dirty stuff the whole week.
he was at the game too on it.
Rondo straight spit in his face though. Rondo, who spit? Somebody spit in somebody. I think it was Rondo. Who spit in CP3 face?
Chris Paul.
Yeah, then he ended up. Chris Paul pointed like, "Man, what is you doing?" And Rondo just took off on him. Just take off. And then Brandon Ingram saw that, was like, yeah. And he ran down. Man, he was gonna take somebody's head off, but he was going down. And then they grabbed him and trying to get him under control. LeBron grabbing Chris Paul. No, not my man.
No, baby.
He made a choice like his buddy.
Them industry
what's his name? That was with Adele.
Rich Paul.
Yeah, when he chose LeBron over Adele.
Did you see how she was looking at the All-Star game? She had this little nasty mug on her face.
What the?
At the All-Star weekend. Did you see how she
I watched that. I wouldn't know.
Who cares?
What's up, Sassy 76? Man, that was crazy. Dude,
But that's sad though, man.
Ever since then, B. Ingram and LeBron had that tension. That tension was there because he was like, look, I'm down for my teammates. I seen my teammate in trouble. I'm riding with my teammates.
Yeah.
You know, like
I don't know what the other dude doing.
understand that from LeBron, and they never got on point after that. Like him and LeBron, and then once you found that out, and then you still on the team. Now you playing, but you don't even like this mug no more.
Right.
So yeah, you wasn't gonna repair that. So when LeBron got hurt and all this stuff, the rest of the team wasn't even trying to play with this dude, man. They was just like, whatever. You trying to get us out of here. As soon as the season was over, they split them up. They lost. They didn't even make the playoffs that year. They was like, LeBron came back. I'm finna go into playoff mode, and he still was getting whacked. So he didn't make the playoffs, and then he got whacked. Then the next
he was
year,
isolating himself from the team.
right? And then the next year, they got off to a good lead. They traded all the players, but they were starting to break down, and the Clippers was playing the best ball
They
of anybody.
Then COVID.
They was starting to hoop.
Them in Phoenix,
And the Brooklyn Nets beat the Lakers, and that was the last game. The Lakers.
I remember that.
Yeah, them in Phoenix, they was heating up too. Phoenix, they was
and
on
the
the street.
Lakers were scared. Yeah, the Lakers were struggling going down the stretch. The Clippers was hot.
Actually, the last two games were being the Clippers and the Milwaukee Bucks. But yeah,
I'm talking about for the Lakers. That was their last.
Yeah, that's why
game.
we beat the Clippers and the Bucks back to back games before the pandemic hit.
If you say so, you would know better than I.
You sure? The pandemic hit, and it was the Brooklyn Nets. They took a loss to the Brooklyn Nets.
I can't remember.
Another game out of that.
2020?
In 2020, the last game of the season, they played the Brooklyn Nets and they lost on the last second shot.
Yeah, because they were at home. They played them in L.A. Because Durant didn't play.
It was in Brooklyn, I think.
Durant didn't play. It was in L.A. It was in L.A. I remember that because Durant didn't play that game.
Yep. And they lost. It was a pack. Man, everybody was packed. Came down to the last second shot, and then they ended up losing to Brooklyn.
Because LeBron, that's LeBron's layup. You remember his layup he missed?
Yeah, I think he missed the layup. Yep, he missed the layup, blew the game in that game. And that was the last time, like, it was fans in the stadium and everything for the Lakers. That was it. And that was done. And the season basically was pulled after that. Because I don't remember another game playing after that for the Lakers.
January 23, 2020, Lakers 128, Nets 113.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember another game after that. I swear to God,
No,
I
we
don't.
played the 76ers. We lost that game.
The next time was on the bubble.
Yeah. 25th of January.
Okay, the bubble. So the Lakers were skidding in that year. So when that was 4 months till they started the tournament. So you had 4 months and nobody could go outside. Nobody could do nobody could practice and do nothing. Everybody getting fat. Nobody in shape to play no basketball. So you gonna get them 2 weeks to get in shape, and just all right. We got 2 weeks now. We can go ahead and do this. I'm like, dude, you locked down the whole country.
Thank you.
This is more different. They was like, man, it's just like the lockout. I'm like, no, this ain't not no lockout.
It's
worse. No other year. I'm like, no, they locked down the world. You couldn't go nowhere. Everything was locked up at night. It was like you couldn't even move.
Yeah.
I remember this tweet from Pat Bev like it was yesterday. LeBron say we gonna play.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, about that. Like, what y'all doing for to make a difference? And they thought I was like crazy because I was like, dude, I know what's happening in the Zoom chats because the people I know is in the Zoom chats. They was getting invited into Zoom chat. And I had that information as soon as it came out. I was like, yeah, they talking about not playing. And the only person that's going crazy is LeBron. They had a Zoom chat without LeBron, and he was like, he got in the other one like, nah, who's saying this? Who's saying they don't want to play? Because Dame Lillard didn't want to play.
He said it on Twitter.
Dame didn't want to play. And
he said no.
Then he gonna change his mind and like, oh no, I want to play. They was like, dang, you was just talking about how you ain't want to play, but we was all in agreement that we shouldn't play. And now you talking about let's play in the bubble. No,
I didn't want to see them.
They saw his comments on Twitter. He was like, they don't need to be canceling nothing. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that COVID really messed up my Clippers for having at least one championship. We could have really won these past two.
Yeah.
We could have won these past two, but at least
I
one.
don't know about that.
They got hurt.
If Kawhi was healthy last year, they would have beat the Suns.
Yeah. Okay, I agree.
But my thing is, they
I
would
agree
have
with you
that
on
year had the team been like, because they were coming into their own. They were gelling.
Right.
Once that 4 months was over, you got Lou Williams out of shape.
Time.
You got Trez out of shape.
You got Lou Williams and it's
Grandma
right?
just died.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
People out of shape, people getting hurt.
Right. The Clippers was decimated, at that point. They were not the Clippers.
They broke down.
And why do they always play the Mavs in the first round?
Hey, I like that rivalry. I like that Clippers Dallas.
Yeah, I know the Clippers don't.
That was a
right.
Nah, they own it. They own it. They win it. They take the dubs.
Yeah, they ended up winning
take the dubs.
They ended up winning, but
yeah, that's a risk, man, because you need a lot of ref support because Luka be tearing them up. Just like
They great. I be hating it. Like, damn, why y'all let me tear y'all up like this?
They always taking the 6-7 games. I'd be like, damn.
Because they put Zubac on.
It be toll on them. They take a toll on them.
Recognize by now, Zubac can't guard Luka at all.
No.
And he's
Or
putting like 49. They just played back-to-back games. He had what 51,
Reggie Jackson
51, and then 49.
Yep.
That's Tyronn Lue making them late adjustments, man. He be making adjustments.
That was what's called. That was Doc Rivers. Wasn't it Doc Rivers in the bubble?
Yeah, it was. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
In the bubble.
He was ready to leave anyway.
And in the way
because he was supposed to go when they first got Jerry West. When Jerry West came over there, it was to get rid of Doc. Doc was the general manager and the coach for the Clippers.
Mm-hmm. Doc Rivers overrated coach,
man. Realized that he had the dual roles.
He living off that one ring, man.
Off that one ring for like 15 years
ago. That one ring. Him and Rick Carlisle. Yeah. Him and Rick Carlisle. Overrated.
Now I think Rick can coach because he outcoached Spoelstra in that Mavs and Heat finals.
No, he only got one ring too though. He only got one too though.
In the words of Josh Smith, doctor does not make in-game adjustments. Shout out to
no, I wouldn't blame Eric Spoelstra for what happened with the man.
I would.
I don't.
Bro, if you up 2-0 and you got LeBron and Dwayne in a prime and you lose, come on.
Yeah, LeBron.
LeBron, yeah. He got exposed.
I thought we were talking about
LeBron got exposed to the fact that he did not know how to read the defenses. He didn't know how to read defense.
He didn't know how to play in a real system.
Yeah,
and he still doesn't. And plus, he didn't know how to freaking. He didn't know what to do against his own.
Shane Battier was trying to show him.
He got freaking shut down by his own defense, bro. In your
bro, you got Dwayne Wade, one ring. Come on, my nigga. Like, nah.
You know something else?
That shit.
Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade in the post game told him something real. I love that.
What he said?
What he said?
They lost to Miami. That's my favorite game ever.
What he said?
What he said?
In the post game?
And he's speaking definitely to LeBron. And he was like, well, he was somebody who ain't used to winning big.
Baby ever did like that. Damn.
Man, trust me, that was a meme everywhere.
You know he was frustrated losing that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was taking all these unnecessary shots.
Yo, Cino, you know something that I know you don't like LeBron a lot, but you know something I realized
because LeBron's a bitch.
Oh, hold on, let me finish. Hold on. Him and Kobe really got a lot more in common than you think. And this is why I'm going to say it. Stop making that face, dude. Let me finish. I'm going to say
Go ahead.
Yeah.
They got nothing in common. So they
like
the Lakers.
Go ahead.
Please go ahead and explain yourself.
I want to hear. What they had in common?
Both of them, you cannot deny this. both of them are guilty of having two of the worst finals performances of any superstar in NBA history. Both of them. What am I talking about? Do you not watch basketball? Did you not watch the 2000? Did you not watch the 2004 finals when he shot 38% from the field?
I don't think that can compare to LeBron.
Yo, this is yo. Like,
This kind of the freaking.
Y'all sounding like fanboys right now. That was a
You
bad
sound like
series.
Kobe,
you sound like a
won them the only game that they won.
How do I sound like a fan? I just said both of them had bad series. What are you talking
sound
about?
like an
That's
idiot.
not, Kobe didn't have a bad series. Like,
sound
Yeah,
like an
so
idiot.
that's not bad.
LeBron
So you telling me?
melted
So
down
wait.
in four straight fourth quarters.
Okay,
Kobe
I'm
would
not
never
talking to
be
you,
no
Cena, right
guy.
now. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
You just said that wasn't bad. You just said that wasn't bad.
Which series did he say against the Pistons?
Yes.
Yeah, he talking about the 04 when he played the Pistons.
When he single-handedly cost them that ring.
No, he
What?
did
Yo,
not.
what are you talking about? And I'm not even a
Yes,
Kobe fan. Yo,
Bro, he shot 38% from the field, bro. What is you talking about?
What is
He
wrong?
got 38% from the field because of what the position Detroit was putting him in. Detroit is a defensive team, bro. And do you realize that they're putting a 7-foot guy named Tayshaun Prince on him? They're changing the angles. They're putting Rip on him, who he can shoot over Rip. Then they'll switch and put Tayshaun Prince on him, who has a much longer reach, and Kobe got to shoot over him and make the.
Can't blame the Pistons for that.
And don't
They
forget,
trying to win.
The only game they won in that series, Kobe hit a game winner.
Game winner that Kobe
hit the
hit.
game winner.
And they was
The only
finna
game
lose
they
that.
won,
And they was
Kobe won.
finna lose that. They was about to lose that one. And he
They
played
were
bad
out
that
to
game
lose.
too.
And they didn't because
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's stop using this revisionist history, bro.
All right, go ahead,
He
Jose.
played bad, bro.
If Carl Malone is healthy that season, I'm not saying the Lakers would have won, but it would have been a deeper series to 5 games.
I agree. Karl Malone got hurt in the playoffs in the series before that.
Facts.
So Karl Malone was killing in the playoffs too. So
But
the thing about
that's
him
the
is
big outside of the Mavericks, that's even more crazy. Outside of that Maverick series, that's one of the biggest upsets ever. Yes.
It could be because of who they had. You know, nobody really Detroit.
So look,
you can look at it as a big upset because nobody.
I lost $100 on that finals. I remember I was in high school. I had the Lakers all day. I was so shocked as hell they lost.
There's no superstar on that Piston team. There was no superstar on that team.
Zero, not even an all-star.
Nope.
Rasheed Wallace?
No, not at that time. He won an all-star, not that year.
Yeah, no.
At that time, I thought you meant.
No, they weren't even known.
I thought you meant in general.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that,
they picked up Rasheed near the middle of the season, like
in season trade.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is why I compare these two, because me personally, this is just my opinion. I think LeBron and Kobe are two of the most overrated superstars. That's just my opinion of all time. Kobe and LeBron are overrated to me.
Well, break it down.
This dude is drunk or something. He's on drugs. I don't know what he's taking.
You've been mentioning this field goal percentage. I think you kind of predicate on that a little bit too much.
You did this on Kobe Bryant Memorial last year.
I will give you LeBron, but you can't say that about Kobe. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I hated on Kobe his whole career. Like his whole career, I was never a Kobe fan until maybe year 15 or some shit. But Kobe is the best tough shot maker I've ever seen in my entire life, bro.
Or the greatest shot jacker. You can look at it that way. You can look at it that way.
Oh my
Can you
God.
not? Is this not valid? Can you not look at it that way? He is the greatest shot jacker of all time. He never shot 50% from the field for a season.
See, there you go. That
misses of all time. Most misses of all time. I know I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just stating facts, bro. I'm just stating facts.
Look at the teams that he had. He had to take
I'm just stating facts, bro.
Who's the second scoring option Who's the second scoring option after 50?
He had bad teams his whole career. He never shot 50% his whole career. 20
You
years.
realize why he didn't shoot 50% for his entire career?
You
Because
know
he's
how
shooting
many
farther from the
two guards?
basket.
Two guards don't normally shoot 50%.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
Dwayne Wade did. D-Wade did. D-Wade did a couple times. D-Wade did a couple times.
Most D-Wade is mostly a mid-range shooter. Like
Wade played more inside out.
They play more inside. Kobe played more on the outside. So that's why they didn't. Like the game is.
Hey, that's why I be saying, and people be like, no. And this is another reason.
That doesn't detail. You looking at a percentage.
Looking at statistics.
No.
Hold on. Not just that. People, I know people. I agree that Kobe right behind Jordan, but the disparity is large. Michael Jordan had multiple seasons. The disparity is large between. The disparity is very large.
The more he
let me finish. The disparity is very large between Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan had multiple seasons shooting over 50% and a harder era at shooting guard. No, that's what I'm saying.
There you go, bro.
We just explained this. They are mid-range shooters. The game, Michael Jordan probably took maybe 2 threes in a game.
Exactly, especially early on in his career when he
would
didn't
have
a
to be
jump
wide
shot.
open in order to take it or break down the defense. He would not shoot threes like
my point is, you got some people saying the top 3 is Kobe. Kobe is not even that close to Jordan. That's my point. He ain't even that close.
That's not true at all.
I don't know.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Because hold on. No. It's my turn now. It's my turn now. Because Kobe could do certain things on the basketball court that Mike could not.
Yeah.
Do what?
Michael was somebody that could not create
shoot the same percentage from 3.
Hold on, bro.
Let
It's my turn now. You did
the
scrap on Kobe's memorial last year. So it's my turn now. Okay. There were certain things that Kobe could do on the basketball court that Mike could not.
No, don't say threes because they shoot the same percentage.
Let him talk.
Strong left hand. The inside out move that Mike used to always do with his right hand, Mike could not do with his left hand. 9 times out of 10, that's what the Pistons exploited, and every time they freaking played, you know what I'm saying? Another thing, of course, Kobe was a slightly better passer too as well, because that goes hand in hand with his handles as well. Kobe had longer range than Michael did. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things that Kobe could do more. You know that Mike really couldn't do.
Can I respond?
That Mike wouldn't do.
Can I respond? Okay, you said Kobe the better passer. What's his career average in assists? I'm pretty sure it's not 8. Because
Mike didn't average 8. So what's your point? Mike didn't average 8. What's your point?
My point is he averaged more. That means he peaked higher in passing. That's my point. It just diffused your point that he was a better passer.
Oh my God!
He's averaged 35, 8 and 8 in his MVP season.
Once again,
I think Kobe was more better floor general than like him. Like as far as when it comes to like
Kobe? Mike.
Speaking on the passing. Yeah,
this is
I'm talking for Kobe.
Okay.
Is this an FYF?
In threes, they shoot almost the same percentage, bro.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you like this. Other NBA players, guys who've actually played on that court.
Right. Let them know, Sino.
Let them know, Sino. That man was better than them. Hold on. Best players to ever do it.
He made it look so easy, bro.
Let me shut that casual up real quick. Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on, give me a minute.
I'm not a casual.
You sound like one right now. And let me tell you why you sound like one right now. Let me tell you why you sound like one right now.
Okay.
First of all, you will never name 2 players that ever touched the basketball better than Kobe and Michael Jordan.
Bro, you sound like a fanboy right now. You telling me ain't nobody better than Kobe Bryant?
Second of all, I'm not done. I didn't cut you off. Second of all, name a player that stayed on one franchise.
Oh my God.
Took two different rosters, 2 different completely different rosters.
Tim Duncan.
The back-to-back championship.
Tim Duncan.
Two different completely rosters. He had Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and what's
Benny
his name
Del
on both times?
Benny Del Negro
On both times.
Benny Del Negro.
He had Tony Parker. He had Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and David Robinson.
He sound like a Kobe fan. That's what he sound like.
He had Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and David Robinson.
Bro, can I?
You are not about to sit there and try to say the Admiral wasn't one of the most dominated big men in the league.
Bro, I didn't even say his name. Did you just let me say his name? I didn't even say his name.
You said Tim Duncan, but Tim Duncan had a team around him.
David Robinson, fool.
I'm saying David Robinson because that's who was around Tim Duncan when he won his first ring.
Putting words in my mouth, but I didn't say that. I said Vinny Del Negro.
I just said I said the Admiral.
But you're
because you're trying to forget that the Admiral was on Tim Duncan's team when he won his first ring.
I did not forget that. I did not forget that, bro. I just didn't say it. What are you
and then Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili were with Tim Duncan the whole entire career.
No, they were
and
not.
Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili are no scrub.
Bro. He don't know.
Not only that, he had Kyrie Leonard.
You sound like the casual here, buddy.
Yeah, I sound like I watch basketball. I sound like I watch basketball and I know who's on each team.
You just said Tony Parker was on all them championship teams, bro. Stop
he
it.
wasn't?
No.
He wasn't?
No.
He wasn't on the first. He wasn't on the first one. Yeah, he wasn't on the first one.
Hey, get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. He's done. He's done. He's done. He sound like a Kobe fan.
No, he won on that first one. The one when they beat. I think they beat
New York.
Benny Del Negro. Sean Elliott.
He wasn't on that first one, but guess who was on that first one? That wasn't Tony Parker. The Admiral.
David Robinson. Yeah.
And what he do before him? And what he do before
Tim
him?
Duncan always had a couple All-Stars on his team his whole career.
Why are you yelling, bro? Why are you yelling?
The only All-Star because you keep talking over me, and I'm about to head it.
You not making sense.
Tim Duncan has always had 3 to 4 All-Star caliber players around him his whole career.
What did David Robinson do before Tim Duncan? Nothing.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
David Robinson.
Are you serious?
I'm talking. I mean, finals. I'm talking about deep playoff runs. What did he do before Duncan? Nothing.
Are you serious?
And got cooked. And got cooked.
Of course, he got cooked.
Are you serious?
Okay, but that's.
Are you serious?
I said deep.
Who did he get cooked by? Who did he get cooked by? That's not named Shaquille O'Neal.
Hakeem Olajuwon. He got cooked.
That was his rookie. That was his MVP year.
You act like Hakeem Olajuwon is a nobody.
No, I'm not. No,
I didn't say.
That's what he acting like. That's what he acting like.
No, that's what you acting like.
What do you sound stupid?
No, you told me that.
And even still, David Robinson averaged a double-double.
I'm talking about related to championship wins. What did he do before Tim Duncan got there? That's what I meant. Do I gotta be super specific?
So you relating everything to championship. So you saying like, so you're not talking about as a player. You just talking about
no. Yeah. Team contribution, championship, team success, not individual. Of course, we know he's the all-time great player.
Okay, as far as team success, he always ran into teams that were better than his.
Okay, are we blaming them or are we blaming him for losing?
No, I'm not going to.
So you can't blame losers. So we can't blame. We blame.
I'm not blaming them. Didn't win more championships. It don't mean that they weren't great players.
Right.
I never said that.
Yeah, some of the greatest players of all time that have never won the championship. Coach and Baylor never won the championship. Does that negate the greatest?
Then the fact that he's trying to call Kobe overrated, what makes him overrated?
I mean, that was that's asinine. You know, that's
asinine. No, I need you to answer that one. I need you to answer that one.
I mean, I've already.
Please answer that one.
Okay, it's almost damn if I do.
What
damn
couldn't
if I don't.
Kobe do on the basketball court?
You're clearly a Laker fan. Are you not? No.
I'm an NBA fan before I'm an NBA fan.
No. I'm asking.
Kobe is so great. I'm telling you, everybody here is basically fans of every other team. Like a whole nother team.
No, but he said he a Laker fan right here, dude in the middle, right? You're a Laker fan, right? You're a Laker fan, right? So obviously your perspective is skewed, right? So obviously you're gonna think anything, whatever you want about Kobe.
I'm not a Laker fan, and
I'm talking not you, see, no, not you. I'm talking about the dude.
Everybody else. There's a lot of.
You know who I'm talking to. He know who I'm talking to. Obviously, he a Laker fan, so Obviously, you're gonna say that about Kobe. That's
I'm an
obvious.
NBA fan before anything.
What I'm saying is I'm agreeing with him, and I'm a Pistons fan. This guy's probably a Bulls fan. This guy is probably a Knicks fan. But one thing they do, they know greatness when they see it.
I never said
You're not
Kobe
going to sit there and try to call
great.
Kobe overrated.
I never said
LeBron might be overrated, but Kobe knows how to take whoever he wants on his team. Kobe knows how to take whatever player they give him and win.
Exactly.
This is another fact, bro, and you cannot deny this. This is another fact. This is another fact as to why I think he's overrated. No Phil Jackson. No first round, no nothing past first round.
That's not a fact. That's not a fact. That's not a fact. That's not a fact. That is not a fact. That is not a fact. That is the dumbest shit I ever heard. That is the dumbest shit I ever heard. You know why that's the? You know why? You know why that's the dumbest shit I ever heard? Because you're in the fucking NBA. You're in the fucking NBA.
Cino, I already knew you was finna say that.
If you need a coach, if you need a great coach that bad in the NBA, you don't need to be in the NBA.
Can you stop yelling, bro? Damn. Hold on.
If you need a coach that bad in the NBA, then maybe you should have stayed your ass in college.
I'm stating a literal fact, bro.
That's not a fact, bro. That's not a fact. If you need a coach that bad, you don't belong in the NBA. You don't belong in the NBA if you need a coach that bad.
Cino, I'm asking you.
Michael Jordan was able to take the obsolete Chicago Bulls to the first round and play and take Larry Bird to 6 games. Without Phil Jackson.
Cino, I'm asking you. Did Kobe make it out the first round without Phil Jackson? Yes or no?
Did he make it out the first round without Phil? I don't think he did. I don't think the Lakers made it out the first round. They might have made it to the second round.
Okay. That is a fact, correct? That is a fact, correct? So what you just said, what I said was false. You sound like a fanboy. Like I said, bro, let's add objectivity to this.
You sound false. Because again, if you need a coach that bad, you don't need to play in the NBA. That's first and foremost. If the coach is that important, you're acting like Phil Jackson was the one on the court putting up averaging 27 points a game.
That's not
Phil Jackson wasn't on the court playing.
Michael Jordan didn't make it to A finals without Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson didn't do nothing.
Well, in that case, that makes sense.
But my point is, he's trying to say, what he's trying to say is that a coach is that important to a player's play on the court, and it's not. If you need a coach that bad, you don't need to be in the NBA.
But what's the correlation? But so you're denying the correlation between Phil
Jackson is an amazing coach.
That's the case.
He knows how to draw great
What about Jordan?
I'm gonna ask this question since you know everything. So you're denying the correlation. You denying the correlation. You denying the correlation between Phil Jackson and Kobe Bryant succeeding. Are you denying that?
No.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
But at the same time,
that's all I need to know. That's all.
Okay.
Kobe did lose in the first round of Phil Jackson. That did happen.
That did happen because really of Phil Jackson.
They picked up Kyle before.
Really because of Phil.
So for you to try to give the coach all that much credit,
he won 2 more championships with him as the coach.
Yeah, but when Phil came back, they didn't come back and start winning. They lost.
They made it to the finals, though.
And they lost.
They lost.
They made it to the finals, so he didn't get out the first round without him.
Yeah.
Kobe was about to leave and asked for a trade. Remember? He's going to get out of it.
Who asked for him back? Who asked for him back?
Come to Chicago.
Hold on.
Who asked for him back? Kobe, right? Did Kobe not ask for him back?
Without Phil Jackson, did Phil Jackson never win a ring without Michael Jordan or Kobe?
Rudy T was sick. Rudy T was sick and
that's another thing about
Cino's talking.
Can we stay on topic? We're talking about Kobe right now.
Rudy Tomjanovich tried to come in there because he's a tough coach. But Rudy Tomjanovich was sick. He was dying. And a lot of people didn't know that. And that's why Rudy ended up like quitting in the middle of the season. They was like, they had to fire Rudy. So this is why they was going to bring Phil back. Rudy Tomjanovich was sick. He was stricken with I think he had cancer or something. He was battling.
Cancer, yes.
Yeah, and he was sick, and that's why he had to leave. And he never coached again. You know, that was it. And rest in peace to Rudy T in Houston. But that's why he left the Lakers, and this is why they ended up going through the roller coaster before they got Phil back. They had to bring Phil back, and they was like, "Man, we like Kobe, y'all gonna be okay."
He died.
Phil had
Rudy's still living.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, yeah, he was at the Hall of Fame recently. I'm like, is he dead?
Still living. So, you know,
Yeah,
You talking about Flip?
Yeah,
Flip Saunders?
Thinking about Flip.
Yeah, you thinking about Flip. Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking about Flip. My bad. Sorry.
You're thinking about Flip Saunders. Go ahead.
I'm thinking about Flip. So
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so the whole thing went down, and it was completely different.
Rudy's not watching.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm like, damn, dog. Like,
I'm sorry.
Hall of Fame.
It's been a long day. But anyway, they sit there, right, and they oh man, I was just cracking myself up, and my buddy was here. He'd be on the floor right now. He a Houston Rockets fan, man. He would be on the floor.
I'm like, he dead right now? He dead? What?
Oh, yeah, he was
I got confused too.
I'm gonna probably show him this video too, so he can crack up laughing.
Yeah, what were you saying?
Especially trying to call Kobe overrated.
Hold on. Let me finish.
They had to get past Phil's book, because Phil wrote a book, and he was basically shitting on Kobe.
Yeah.
And once he was talking about Kobe like that, and they had to talk about the book and what happened, and Kobe was like, "Man, I don't give a damn what you said. We just need you back, you know, this and that." Like Kobe said,
Kobe didn't even read the damn book.
Nah, he didn't read the book.
Nobody read the
And
damn.
the same dude that called Kobe overrated probably call him a ball hog too, huh?
Bro.
Right.
Bro, relax, man. All I'm saying is I understand all y'all perspective as to why y'all think what y'all think about Kobe.
You did this
all I want
crap.
y'all to get is to understand.
And we still trying to understand your logic.
Yeah.
I didn't do no crap. I'm not doing no crap. All I'm doing is giving my perspective, bro.
Okay,
I see you. I agree with y'all. If I can't agree that y'all, I agree with y'all.
How do you believe that Kobe and LeBron would be in the same perspective of
Fucking conversation.
When LeBron is overrated, as much as they promote him, yes, he is overrated.
Right.
They never really did that.
I'm not talking about no. Okay. Let me answer that.
Please.
Yes, I agree. I agree that LeBron James is overrated by the media. I'm saying Kobe Bryant is overrated by his fan base. His fan base say he's right behind Jordan all time.
He is right behind Jordan.
What did Jordan say? What did Michael say?
You can't name a better player than Kobe Bryant, not name Michael Jordan. You can't. You can't. Not name Michael Jordan and not naming a better player than Kobe Bryant. It's not named Michael Jordan.
Said it himself.
I'll give you Kareem. I'll give you Kareem. I'll give you Wilt. But you're not naming nobody is better than Kobe. You're not naming Michael Jordan, Kareem, or Wilt.
Wait, can you stop yelling, bro? Dude, just stop yelling, bro. Cino.
What was you saying, Cino?
They basketball players.
They're the most comparable.
No. They are. Yeah, they are. But
they have something LeBron don't have.
I agree with that.
They have that instinct to go on that court and perform. Nobody in their last NBA game gonna go out the way Kobe Bryant went out.
No, not at all.
He went out with 60, and he not only did he score 60, they came back. They were down against a Utah Jazz team that was way better than them, and they came back and beat them and won.
You know another fact about that game?
His career.
You know another fact about that game? You know another fact about that game? You know another fact about that game? He took 50 shots.
Yeah,
he took 50 shots.
He's a shooting guard, moron.
Because they were down.
He's a shooting guard.
It's his last game.
He's a shooting guard.
He took 50
See, that's what I don't understand about so-called NBA fans who keeps complaining about how many shot attempts Kobe shoot. You realize he's a shooting guard, right? His job is to shoot.
And then you
Bro,
realize
I'm not saying that's not. I'm not denying that. I'm saying he's a volume
shots to
shooter.
get 60
That's
points.
But he's a shooting guard. He was put on the Lakers to shoot.
Bro,
Yeah,
why
but
are you
they don't take 50 shots to get 60 points though. They don't
Right,
take 50
that's my
shots to
point.
get 60
Thank you,
points.
thank you, thank you, thank you,
He did all of
thank
those
you.
shots to win the game, and he won the
We
game for
needed
him
him
doing
to
that.
win the game.
And he won the game,
They
and he
were
won the game
losing,
doing that.
and he had to come back. And he had to
Why
come
is it
back.
only one person that somewhat understand what I'm saying? I don't even say you got.
And you don't remember the one game where Phil was like, "You need to get your other players involved," and Kobe was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it your way."
Yeah, and
they
in
lost
turn,
the
the
game.
Lakers ended up losing that game because Phil wanted to freaking pass the ball more, and they ended up freaking losing.
Exactly.
How
Right.
yeah,
You tell me right. When everybody was calling Kobe a ball hog and said Kobe holds the ball too much and shoots too much. And that game against and he said okay, and he stopped shooting. What happened?
Yeah, Phil wanted him to.
Yeah, Doug Collins had to. I remember Doug Collins having to move freaking Michael Jordan from the 2 guard to the point guard so he would pass the ball freaking more. Yeah, but people
Okay, but he was still more efficient. He was still more efficient.
Oh my fucking God!
Still more efficient. Look at the percentages, bro. Look at the percentages.
How?
Look at
Where
the
does this guy
percentages.
come from?
Like my man Pat say, but did he win though? Kobe winning the most of them.
Look, my point was both of them are overrated, but from 2 different parties. One from the media, one from a fan base. The Kobe fans is just as toxic as LeBron fans and AI fans.
No, you are just as toxic to all NBA fans.
Kobe wins.
And notice that you brought up nothing about his skill set. Nothing that you know. I know.
You don't even know me, bro.
Nothing about his skill set. His skill set. You mean being one of the greatest defenders of all time?
Everyone.
You mean being one of the greatest post players of all time?
One of the greatest defenders of all time, being one of the greatest post players of all time.
No, you cannot talk about just
one of the greatest defenders of all time.
Dude, stop, bro.
The only player that's tied with Michael Jordan for all-time people.
Let Chris talk.
Let's let Chris talk. He's from LA. Go ahead.
Nah, he's just being very disrespectful. Like he's saying,
"How am I being, bro? You sound like a
hold on, dog. It's his turn, bro. It's his turn.
Rage, man, rage. Let him finish."
Nah, you want to tell everyone they're delusional because they disagree with your opinion?
I didn't say you was delusional. When did I say
Chris,
this?
you did. You called us toxic and delusional, bro. And then I want to cry because I'm screaming.
Did you hear? Did you hear delusional come out my mouth?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
you didn't. No, you did
You just
not.
said that. You said Kobe fans are delusional, and then you started crying because I'm young.
Okay,
let Chris speak.
Rage man, listen.
Let Chris finish.
Let's get through, then you can respond. Okay.
All right.
Now,
All right, go ahead, Chris.
Nah, see, you proved my point just now, so it's all good.
All right, we got.
Okay.
Bro, I don't understand how me giving an opinion is disrespectful, bro. That's what's making you sound like a
Have you
fanboy.
not heard your mouth?
Because you did exactly. Look what you're calling us. You're calling us fanboy.
I'm
But if
disrespectful
we call you
over
a
basketball
casual,
opinion.
but when I call you a casual, you start crying.
I'm disrespectful over a basketball opinion. Listen to how you
Bruh,
sound, bro.
you called Kobe fans fanboys. You called us delusional. Then when we call you a casual, you start crying.
So it's a disrespectful basketball opinion, bro. You sound like you worship him. Chill out.
See, look at you. Look at you. Look at you. You sound like a black woman. You say derogatory shit.
Whoa,
You call people out their names, and then when it happens to you, you want to cry about it.
Bro, I'm not crying about nothing.
Whoa,
You are.
Easy.
Bro.
Easy knowledge.
You can't go around and just say Kobe fans are delusional and toxic, and then when we say something to you, you want to complain.
Cash rules. I'm gonna ask you a question. Am I disrespectful over a basketball opinion? Yes or no?
No, hey, it's your opinion.
There we go.
Okay, then it's my opinion. Then it's my opinion that you're a casual.
Okay.
You don't know that.
I don't care. I don't care.
And it's my opinion that you sound like an idiot. So.
And I don't care. I'm gonna keep saying. I'm gonna stand on what I said.
Good for
and
you.
I'm not trolling. That's my opinion.
Nobody said you were.
You need to break that down, though. I want to hear you break down why he's overrated. Why is he overrated?
Bro, I just said it.
Because he don't like them. Because Kobe Bryant probably put up 60 on his favorite player.
Brothers, please.
I don't have.
If I may. Now, Reg. Now, disregarding statistics and all that, because the game of basketball is not played on the stat sheet. It's played on the basketball court.
Thank you.
I never said that it was played on the stat sheet.
No, he's asking you.
I'm asking you a question. I didn't know. Please answer.
He didn't say you did. Say he's asking the question.
Please.
What was the question?
No, I asked you. What couldn't Kobe do on the basketball court?
What couldn't he do?
Could not do.
Could not do.
He could do pretty much everything. But
okay, Tom's overrated.
We can't just go off skill, bro. You can't do that.
That's the whole point of playing basketball.
That's what.
The point of basketball is to win and lead your team, bro.
Hey, Kobe doesn't win and lead his team.
Bro,
you're contradicting yourself here, pal.
Y'all acting like he's perfect. You acting like the dude. Bro, you acting like the dude is perfect. That's why I'm calling you a fan.
Damn near.
He just said he's damn near perfect.
He's got the finals MVP. So what?
Everybody, this man just said Kobe Bryant is damn near perfect. This man just said Kobe Bryant is damn near perfect. I'm gonna leave it at that. This man just said Kobe Bryant is damn near perfect.
Kobe knows how to make his play. Hold on.
Okay.
He knows how.
All right. Well, I got one question. Who do you think is the best player right now of all time right now? Who's your favorite?
The best player. Okay. It's between three players. It's interchangeable. My top three is Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, and Kareem.
Okay.
Wow.
I respect that.
Okay.
That's your three. Now
Bill has an asterisk.
You said you believe LeBron and Kobe are overrated.
Bill has an asterisk.
You blame Phil Jackson. You brought up the fact Phil Jackson for being there. Now Michael Jordan didn't go to any finals without Phil Jackson.
As I said,
and you did not use that as a detraction for Michael Jordan.
That part. I told you just the Kobe hater.
Wait, no, because they. Hold on, we didn't even get to that. Okay, let's address that.
Kobe hater.
Okay, let's address that.
Let him talk.
Phil Jackson was the assistant coach, wasn't he? Phil Jackson was the assistant coach, wasn't he?
Collins, yeah, for Doug Collins, yeah.
Okay.
And what? 86, 87?
He was on the coaching staff.
He also was the one that created the triangle with Tex Weather.
Yep, that's Tex Winter.
It was Tex Winter, buddy. It was Tex Winter. Stop it.
I said with Tex Weathers.
Yeah.
Okay. Tex Weathers created the blueprint.
Don't you see?
Phil Jackson implemented it on the court.
Don't you see?
Tex taught him that.
No, it was more of them. They won together because he was on the coaching staff.
That's
It wasn't like he just
That's
got.
what he said.
It wasn't like he just got signed to LA like he did with the Lakers. He wasn't just signed there as a free agent. He was already on the coaching staff. So that's the difference.
Okay.
Wait, what?
That don't even make sense.
You still didn't prove the point. The point was, as head coach, Michael never got to the finals without him. So
why is that not your same excuse for Michael Jordan?
Right. If Phil wasn't there, then
because he didn't.
And
because you're a Kobe hater.
So it's Phil's job they got there, right? Without Phil being the coach, Michael don't go to 6 championships.
If we're gonna use that logic, right?
If you can use that logic, that's cool too.
Because you're using that.
We're going off of what you're saying, though, sir. We're going off of what you're saying.
You can use
So
that
now
logic.
you gotta use that same logic to Michael, who you said was in the
Let's
top
use that
3
logic. We can use that logic, but is anybody going? I mean, we have other tangible and intangible factors that say why Michael Jordan is better. So if you want to use that logic, you can. But we already know the disparity.
But I thought it was you that used that logic.
Okay, I'm using the logic for the sake of the conversation. I'm using that logic for the sake of this conversation. We can use that logic. Let's use that logic. So I'm acknowledging the logic.
I have Michael Jordan above Kobe. I got
Right.
that.
I do too.
Slightly.
Michael and Kobe.
Kobe is 1B. Michael is 1A and Kobe's
No,
1B.
it's not. No, Michael is 1 and Kobe is like top 15.
No, and this is
What the
okay,
fuck
that's
is
your
wrong?
opinion. This is mine.
Yo, what's wrong with
But why?
this dude?
But why do
He's
you?
a
Why do
Kobe
you think?
hater. He's a Kobe hater.
You
Why
telling
do you
me?
think?
So,
Why do you think
wait.
Jordan is still better than Kobe? Break that down.
You telling me? Wait. I'm gonna need. So I'm just asking this. I'm not yelling. I'm not
Okay.
trolling. I'm asking a genuine
People are
question.
passionate, bro. Go ahead.
You telling me Kobe Bryant is better than Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, Kareem, Magic,
Yes.
Larry Bird,
Yes.
No,
Tim
I'm not
Duncan,
saying that.
Wilt
I'm not
Chamberlain,
saying that.
I am.
Hakeem
I
Olajuwon?
am. You want to know
I don't
why?
know.
Because all of those players said it. All of those players said it themselves.
No, they didn't. Find the quote
Michael
where
Jordan
Hakeem
said the
Olajuwon-
only player. Michael Jordan out of his
Find the
own mouth said the only.
That's
Michael
you said
Jordan.
all the players.
Michael Jordan out of his own mouth said that the only player that can beat him one-on-one is Kobe Bryant.
Find the quote where Larry Bird said
Magic
Kobe Bryant
Johnson.
said-
Magic
Find the quote-
Johnson said the greatest Laker of all time that he feels is Kobe Bryant.
Magic Johnson is shield. He will say anything. Have you not noticed that? Like, come on.
Now
man.
it will say anything.
Ain't
If it
no
don't fit
Magic-
your narrative,
Magic
it
is
still
not-
say anything.
Kobe
I
ain't
got
better
Larry
than-
Bird. I got Larry Bird over Michael
Yeah.
Jordan.
I have Larry
Yeah,
Bird.
I got Bird
I have
over
Bill
Jordan
Russell over
too.
Michael.
That's cool. That's
Bill
cool.
Russell.
I got a lot of people on me.
That's legit comp.
Bill Russell is
Kobe
more
over
basketball
them.
player than
That's
Michael
not
I got
legit.
Isaiah Thomas over me.
That's cap.
I
Ain't
have
no
No,
Isaiah Thomas ain't. See,
I
no
just-
disrespect, but Isaiah
Only
Thomas
players
is
in NBA
nowhere
history
near
to
Michael
three-peat is
Jordan.
Kobe and Michael Jordan.
All right.
I just said it.
Why? He
You,
beat Michael Jordan more than Michael Jordan.
I got Zeke.
I just
Right.
said it. You stupid ass.
Kobe. See, no, ain't no way. IT better than.
I
no
just
Jordan,
said
man.
it. I said it, and I'm a Laker fan.
He beat him one. Okay, he beat him.
Look at that, Jose.
Wait. Isaiah Thomas beat him while he was in his peak.
How? For the love
Jordan
of
wasn't in his
God.
peak.
Michael was in his peak.
Jordan wasn't in his
Michael certainly was in his peak.
No, he was not.
Yeah,
Well, he
Jordan.
wasn't. Jordan was a rookie. I mean, still.
He was at the peak of his.
He was in his peak.
No, he wasn't, bro.
This
No,
is
he
Mike.
was
This is
not.
Mike.
MVP,
I mean, we're
defensive
talking
player
about
of the
Michael.
year.
Since you want to go off accolades, during this time period, Michael was freaking the MVP and he won Defensive Player of the Year around that.
Why you
time.
keep saying that's the only thing I'm going off of? You just going
No,
off
because
skill
you're
set with it
right.
sound like.
You're going
No,
off the
I'm
accolades
not.
and
No,
statistics.
I'm not.
I'm
You
losing.
adding
trying to say
everything.
Kobe is not better than those players? You are.
Hold on.
Bro, stop yelling.
I'm losing brain cells.
God.
Ain't nobody yelling. We have nuts over here. Calm down.
It
Bro.
sounds like it.
I bet you not even, bro. You talking
think
like
your
you
volume's
Mr. Mature. Like, chill out,
But
bro.
I seen Zeke when he missed shots and his shots ain't
He's got
falling
a
for him. I
mascot.
see him impact the game in so many other ways. I can't say the same for Jordan, even though it's a tough task to, hold Jordan down.
Bro,
but if
do you
Jordan,
not know?
if he's not going, he's getting
Wait.
affected, and you
So I
can
think we
beat
have to
Jordan.
understand.
Hold
Okay, so I think we have-
on.
Can't say the same for Bird and Zeke and these guys.
Hold on. One thing you can say about Michael Jordan that you can't say about a lot of players, probably like a Wilt Chamberlain, probably. He is one of the only players that you can say is the best offensive and defensive player at his position. He's the greatest offensive and defensive shooting guard. You can't say that about a lot of people.
Okay, yeah. It's
I'm
fine.
not mad.
something?
I'm not mad at that.
I'm mad at that.
Good fight.
I'm mad at
Good
that.
fight. Good. I'll say good fight when you give good. That's a good fight.
How many people you could say is the best offensive and defensive player at their position? Only Wilt and Mike.
No,
Jordan, not Kobe and Mike.
no,
Who's better than Kobe offensively?
No.
Not named Michael Jordan.
no, bro. What up,
So you-
Chino?
But
What up, Bolo?
Man, I got one
Yeah,
thing to
bro.
say, bro. I'm not even a Lakers fan. I was not really a Kobe fan because I was not a Lakers fan. But man, when it was all said and done and we look back at it, bro, that dude is number 2, bro, all time. Come on.
Oh
son.
my God! No,
Thank
he's
you,
not.
Bolo,
Stop
Thank
it, bro. Stop
Thank
it.
you.
thank you,
I'm
That's-
sorry.
that's your
Bro,
opinion.
he had
That's
a
your
rape
opinion.
case. Bro, he had a
Who do
rape
you know?
case, and
Who has the most
Let's
50 plus point game?
Let's keep it
Crazy.
basketball. Let's keep it basketball. We not talking about nothing.
Who has the most 50 plus point
Yeah, I don't
game?
want to say the
Kobe Bryant.
R word, but yeah.
Let's keep it basketball.
I'm
Let's
just
keep
saying,
it basketball.
We are talking.
They don't got nothing to do with nothing. We talking about basketball.
We are.
Who has the most plus point game?
Don't mention
goddamn
nothing
business.
outside of basketball. Don't mention
We
nothing
are
outside
talking
of
about
basketball.
What is
Don't mention nothing outside of basketball.
we are?
Because it sounds like a sympathy party when you bring that up. When you talk about basketball.
What the fuck?
All right, well, all I know is this: he was going off that year.
50-point games. That's all anybody else.
No,
Yeah,
I'm talking about
I
something.
don't
Somebody
care.
said the R word. Somebody said the R
Yeah, I
word.
said it, but I'm saying though, he still doesn't. He still was going off that year.
What's that
That's
got to
what
do
I'm
with
focused on. I'm not.
No,
I'm
the
just,
only thing is the NBA didn't promote him. That's why he was destroying the league, dog.
Yeah.
This dude was scoring like he was putting up 50s and 60s, and like
Anybody you name.
I'm here.
Nothing.
Hey, look. It may seem to y'all that I'm hating, but I'm not.
You are hating.
I acknowledge that
100%.
Kobe Bryant is one of the greatest scorers of all time. He's the greatest streak scorer that has ever played in the NBA.
Okay, bro.
What do you think of him on defense?
Out of Chicago, and our fellow brother from the west side of Chicago, Isaiah Lord Thomas III, was better than Michael Jordan because he was smarter than Michael Jordan. He outsmarted Michael Jordan on the court. He was
What do you want?
on the court every
What do you
time.
want? Huh? That's why I'm here.
Okay.
Can you not hang out in front of the store?
Hey man, you talking, bro? Please.
That's why they got me here.
This is
Okay,
why
go.
Michael Jordan can't stand Isaiah right now. Because Isaiah can walk around and say, we beat you more than you've ever beat me. That's it. I beat you way more than you beat me. And nobody else can have that over him. Except for Bird got out of the game early.
Let's use the Kobe logic with Isaiah Thomas. You talk about teams with Kobe, right? You talk about teams with Kobe losing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the teams the Pistons was facing with the Chicago Bulls. Let's compare those two teams and tell me who's the better team.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's use the Kobe logic since we like to bring up team success.
Okay.
Oh, he one of those casuals.
Okay, go ahead.
What?
You realize players can't even get individual success without being on a team. I don't really like that.
Hey, let's see. Don't answer the question.
No, that's fair. Chill for 5 seconds.
What's the question? Calm down. Let him go.
I said he finna finish. Go ahead. Let him go.
Yeah, I want to know the question. What is it?
Yeah, he didn't answer the question.
My question was, let's use the Kobe logic. Like, which team was better between those Pistons teams and those Chicago teams? When Isaiah was winning, what team was better? And should they have won?
Well, obviously the Detroit team was better.
Yeah.
Right. So they should have won.
What the?
Doesn't always work that way, but
we're talking about Pistons bad boys 89 and 90.
Right. Like what? Do you not know what's on that bad boy roster?
All right. This is an all-time great team against like the late 80s Bulls. They was just getting all their stuff together.
Do you understand why that team is great? Trust me, what player on there is great? Why do you know about them? Because Isaiah Thomas made them that. All of them, you don't do. We had John Sally, Bill Laimbeer,
Rick Mahone,
Marcus Dwyer, James Buddha Edwards. These are not known superstar tear the house down players at this time. These are guys that know their role. Rick Mahone. You know, I'm like, you gotta understand that we had Rodman who was raw talent. These are guys you get from the mud, and you guys can make something if everybody played together as a unit. Isaiah Thomas and them, and they built and molded that team. They didn't just start that team. Most of those guys were picked up and drafted. They drafted Dumars, Rodman, Sally, and Mahorn.
Yep.
And then
Sally's an idiot. But,
got traded there, but go ahead.
They had to get Kelly Tripucka out of there. So this is years. This is how teams are developed. When Isaiah came there, that team was borderline bankrupt, and they built that team to sell out the Superdome. The Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas built that up to where they were the first team to ever own a plane.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a championship. And
I seen the Pistons. I seen the Bad Boys documentary. I know it all.
Right. So
you think you know it all?
I don't know. Wait. This is why.
Jordan had talent around him, but Michael Jordan played a very selfish game. He didn't trust his other teammates. He was
Right.
all about him. He did not have a left hand.
No.
He felt like he can do it by himself.
He was very weak with a left hand, but he was very great athletically.
Right.
He could score. He could score. He was incredible. But the Pistons despised the scheme, so they knew they started to see tendencies in Michael Jordan where he don't want to stay with the ball in his left hand.
Right.
He wants to
And
go
that's
back
what I was saying earlier. Yes. Yeah.
So they want to stay on his right arm and force him to go left. Because then he has to try to go back to his right hand and create a shot, or he has to give up the basketball.
Exactly.
These are positions he did not like to be in. So they wanted to make him more uncomfortable on there by using 5 players to guard him because they know he's not going to give the ball up and use the ball to utilize it to other players. He didn't figure this out. Michael Jordan would have 40 points and then they would lose by 20. And he didn't understand what was going on. And he started to figure it out later in his years.
Right.
In the 90s. When he
started to grow and mature as a player.
Even Horace Grant
won that last title.
Grow and mature as a player and all that, but about that time, Michael was about in his 30s. So
even Horace
he wasn't 30 yet, so you know.
Michael
Horace Grant said that he had to use what he learned from Jordan to be
around
good.
that time. The teams that Mike had issues with, they were old and retired. You know what I'm saying? And Mike, he wanted when Mike started winning.
Exactly, Bob. Let's not act like every championship Bulls team wasn't better than those Pistons teams.
They weren't.
Let's not act like that. Let's not like every single.
Dog. We had a way better bench. Tell me, what was the Bulls bench like? I'm gonna tell you something that don't nobody really know. We were gonna beat them again in '91.
The only reason why they didn't beat him in '91 is because Zeke was hurt for damn near the entire season.
Okay. But that's a fact of the matter. He was hurt. That's a fact of the matter. He was hurt, so they didn't win. So
we blew them out. We played them in the regular season that year. We beat them by like 24 points. Blew them out the water. I'm gonna let Jose talk.
Man, that 91 Bulls team, they were so hungry and they was fighting amongst each other. They wanted that ring. They wasn't about to beat them. They wasn't about to beat them.
I'll wait.
It wasn't in the system for us to beat them. Go ahead, Jose. Talk.
This guy just about 3 minutes ago said he knows it all. So
I was talking about the documentary, bro.
Let me finish.
Before you bring out a fake premise, I was talking
hold on. Let him finish.
I'm sorry.
No, if you know it all,
bro.
I was talking about the documentary, bro.
Let him finish.
Shut up and let me.
Go ahead, Jose.
If you really know it all, can you please tell me who was with Isaiah his rookie year? Please tell me that since you know it all. So for allegedly know it all.
Who said I know it all? I said I know it all related to the Pistons in that documentary. See, that's why I wasn't finna let him finish because he was about to ask me a question that was fun. I was talking about the documentary and the Pistons. You just heard what I said.
Answer that question. I don't even know if I'm gonna
get it. Right. You know what I'm talking about. Exactly.
Yeah, you got me thinking.
Exactly. So let's get off that. Because you knew what I was saying.
No,
it's fine. You misunderstood what you said. It's fine.
Yeah,
we got
John Long was probably younger than that.
See, that's what I'm saying. Isaiah was smart enough to outsmart Jordan. And that's how he would always beat him. And Michael didn't realize why they were losing. And it was majority his fault. It's like you're the leader of this team, and you keep putting your team in a bad position. And they didn't understand it. And then when they had the Jordan rules, and they didn't understand why they were getting beat. In 91, they were getting beat again. They got beat by 24 points in the beginning of the season. I was like, they got waxed. And we blew them right out early. Everybody, it was the same team that they had that won the championship that year. They got beat because they thought because of the flagrant foul, they started a new rule to help the Bulls. They brought in the flagrant foul.
Yep.
That's gonna stop the Bulls, the
Yeah.
Pistons.
You got a mask, don't you?
Yep. Exactly. And and just to add to what you were saying, in a video you had made earlier, I think it was either today or yesterday, you had talked about Game 1 in the Eastern Conference Finals between the Bulls and the Pistons too. I remember watching that series, footage of that series, and like around the fourth quarter, the Bulls were up by like 14 some odd points, and the Pistons they almost came back. They got the lead. They managed to get the lead in that game.
Yeah, they got the lead. They got the lead. Now come on, now Juan, you know that's crazy.
Okay, that's why he put a laughing emoji right there.
Idol was Isaiah, man.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, he's trolling.
Wow.
Every time he sees it, he would freeze up. When you play against Isaiah, he get froze.
That's the Lonzo Ball, right?
But yeah, see,
and
what
they
I'm saying
the best of friends now. They in business and everything, man. He doing business with BJ.
Absolutely.
BJ, he's a scout. I mean, he'll agent.
Yeah, he's an agent. I saw him. His little crooked self was over there and trying to steal a client away that signed with Jordan Brand. I told you when we ran into BJ. I was like,
shout out to BJ on sale.
Yeah, he a dirty little bastard. And then a part owner of the NBA team, they wanted me to sign on to go along and be one of the members. I would have been part owner of the NBA team. I'm like, I'm not signing up. I remember I told you it was BJ Armstrong, my buddy Derek, myself, and a lot of other people. And I saw Scottie Pippen, Christian Laettner. They had another branch. It was a whole lot of people together. And they ended up going with Mr. Johnson's bid. And they won. Yeah, but that's how I knew what happened with Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen put up $10 million and lost. I'm like, I had to put a number. I don't know how he did. Yeah, he lost to Christian Laettner, owed him $10 million. And he still ain't paid him.
No wonder he broke. No wonder he broke now.
Yeah, like, man. Like, he put up $10 million, and then it was like, man, we supposed to get that money back, ain't it?
Yeah.
But the Bulls did become great. Like, they were going to beat the Pistons eventually. The Pistons was breaking down. Right. But the thing is that the Bulls were getting better, but Scottie Pippen was getting stronger. Like, as far as Scottie already had the physical capabilities. It was all mental. Yeah. Everything was Scottie's mental. He would mentally take himself, get taken out of the game, and he'll shut down. Just like now, you see he's weak mentally. So this is why Detroit was always successful. They would leave Jordan on an island and isolate the whole team. Horace Grant mad because he can't get calls. He mad at the ref, so he pouting. Cartwright just there trying to get everybody calm down. Calm down. We still in the game. Just give me the ball. Cartwright set a pick. I'm just gonna shoot. And once you isolated the team and they got Jordan, it's not your 1-on-1. It's our 5 versus you. And that is how they beat Michael. And that's what I'm saying. I can't put him over Isaiah because Isaiah went up against Boston. He went up against the Lakers. He went up against the real champions and had to defeat them in their peak. Jordan didn't do that. He beat them.
Wait. He beat Magic. He beat Magic in 91. Magic went out of.
Man, you know how old Magic was,
He was 31, bro. He was 31. Stop it.
I'm talking about Isaiah. When Isaiah beat Magic now. Because they got robbed the first time. Now, y'all wouldn't have no wins against the Pistons, the Lakers. Y'all, they robbed us when they called on Lambert, that phantom foul to get y'all.
They would have won 3. They would have won 3.
We would have won 3 in a row. And that was our 3-peat right there.
Yeah.
The Lakers were supposed to wipe the floor with us. That was the whole thing. The Detroit Pistons were supposed to get the Lakers were supposed to wipe the floor with them. They got the Magic and Isaiah finals that they always wanted to get to see what would happen. And Magic was supposed to wipe the floor with us. And what they found out was that, damn, Detroit is better than them.
They
found out that the Pistons was actually better than the Lakers.
The Pistons were better than the Lakers in every aspect of the game. In every aspect of the game.
But check this out. They probably would have won 5. They probably would have won 5 had they got Boston in '87.
Absolutely. That Showtime offense the Lakers used to always run. That Showtime offense the Lakers used to always run. The Pistons
we had a 3-guard rotation that they couldn't. No other team in the NBA had that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying.
Yeah, the Pistons.
That's why teams run that now. That's why they do that now.
Exactly.
Right. They do that now. 3-guard rotation. They got that from the Pistons.
Pistons weren't necessarily better. They were just smart.
The stretch 5.
Isaiah was smarter. He was a better shooter than Michael Jordan. He was a much better shooter than Michael Jordan.
Yes, he was.
He can make shots just like offensively they can, but he can involve other players. He can take a player that really would average 2 points a game and make that guy get 12 points.
Yep.
He make it easier. He'll make
Dennis Rodman.
Right. He'll make it easier for everybody else to get their points up. He elevates everyone's game.
Absolutely.
That's what makes him essential.
Okay.
Cino.
Can I add this too?
Hey, Cino, to your point about the Lakers finals, bro, that's one of the reasons why I hated the Lakers, man. I saw that type of stuff all the time. Now I'm saying, the league cheating for them and stuff. I'm like, bro.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So what you saying, Nick?
No, just to add to what you were saying, just to add, good Lord, oh man, just to add to what you were saying about the Pistons, crap. Also, the fact that the Pistons had the first 3-guard rotation, they also utilized the first stretch 5 and Bill Laimbeer. Yeah.
And didn't UNLV run a 3-guard rotation too? The running rebel.
Oh yeah.
That's why they blew out Duke. That's why they blew Duke out by 30.
Larry Johnson, Greg
Anthony, Stacey Ogman, Anderson Hunt.
My favorite all-time Piston was the microwave. Heats up the court, he burns.
Oh shoot! Okay. This is what I was going to say. Okay. Now, just to back up what you said about Isaiah Thomas, and Kevin McHale actually said this about Larry Bird, but it correlates to Isaiah Thomas as well. Isaiah is somebody that can control the game. He can control the game with about 10 to 12 shots. If you give Isaiah about 10 to 12 shots, he'll end up with about 20 to 24 points. He'll get about 10 rebounds and about 10 or 11 assists. You know what I'm saying? He can control the game that way. If you give Mike 12 shots, he can't win the game that way. You know what I'm saying? Mike is somebody who can score 30 some odd points to win. He's that type of player.
Think about it, man. When Mike was in college, they tried to say Mike is the best college player of all time.
Positions though, bro.
Mike couldn't. If you go back to Mike when he was in college in Carolina, he couldn't lead them to a Final Four.
Right.
What he did?
The best player was James Worthy.
It was James Worthy.
James Worthy.
Yeah, and after
Jordan lead them to a Final Four and win?
And after James Worthy.
Bro, we talking about college, bro. We talking about college, bro.
Isaiah was the most valuable player in college. He won MVP, cut the net down in Indiana. He didn't hit no game with a shot.
That's cool.
Championship. He was the most valuable player. He won at every high school. They were the champions, St. Joseph. He's got the trophy. He's the winner. There's never been a little man to lead a team to a championship.
He's pound for pound the greatest. He's top 15.
He's the
top 15.
Yeah. Isaiah Thomas not top 10, bro. I know he's.
How long
you been watching basketball?
Yeah, this dude just hating everybody.
Hey, why do every time somebody give a deferring opinion, y'all gotta get all antsy and stuff? Dude,
because it's true, bro. He got sabotaged.
No, that's why. This is why I call some of y'all fanboys. You can't just take what I said and just listen and respond. You're reacting. Stop reacting, bro. Chill out. Calm down.
That's a new name.
So you can react and have an opinion and we can't?
Isaiah Thomas.
Am I calling you names? I'm not calling you names.
Yes, you just called us a fanboy.
Because you called me a name. You calling me an idiot.
What did I just call you? I haven't called nobody a name yet right now.
I called you an idiot.
Look, Isaiah was this is why Isaiah was so good. Isaiah Thomas was so good, they couldn't even say he was the greatest player of all time. So they call him the greatest little man to ever play the game.
My point.
Yeah, pound for pound.
So
Better than AI?
how could he not be top
Better than
10?
AI?
Yeah, if he's the greatest
Because
the entire game of basketball.
there's 10 players better. Because there's 10 players better.
There isn't 10 players
For
better.
different.
Name them.
Name them.
Allen Iverson is better than Isaiah Thomas. I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
I don't agree with that. I ain't say that. I ain't say that.
I love Allen Iverson. I respect Allen Iverson.
Hey, I ain't say that.
No.
No, that's a capital no.
Y'all serious?
That's a capital no.
Allen Iverson was a great, phenomenal talent. Allen Iverson would have been Allen.
Right, he's a great talent. He's not a great.
He changed rules too. Yeah.
If Isaiah said F it, he would have been Allen Iverson. But Allen Iverson couldn't shoot like Isaiah.
It's smarter. It's smarter.
If AI was 5 inches taller, he'd be better than Kobe.
No.
If Isaiah was 6'6", we talking about the best player to ever play the game without question.
Wait.
He'd be like a Penny Hardaway. He'd be like a Penny Hardaway. If Zeke was
exactly, Andrew, say it again. Andrew.
Yeah, Zeke would be Penny Hardaway.
Zeke would be freaking Penny Hardaway, man. If he was tough, he's 6'6", 6'7". He'd be like how Penny Hardaway would.
Hold on, I noticed something y'all do. It's y'all acknowledge. I'm acknowledging everything. I'm acknowledging everybody entire game, pros, cons, tangibles, intangible skill set. Some of y'all are just acknowledging skill set, and we cannot just go off of that. That's what I'm trying to say. You cannot just go off of skill set. We have to go off.
If it doesn't have to do with basketball, you can't use
pros. You really be gassing Isaiah.
I use mostly basketball IQ, the knowledge, situations.
That's cool. You can't just go off that though, Cena. You can't.
Why can't you just go off? That's the whole idea of basketball.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That's why I put Isaiah Thomas at the top of the pinnacle because
Cena, you a Pistons fan. That's why you talk like that.
That's what she brings to the court.
Isaiah Thomas was one of the smartest basketball players on the court.
I am a Piston fan because of Isaiah Thomas and because he was the smartest player on the court. I watched what he was able to do, and I said, "It's incredible." I was like, "I've never seen nobody figure this out." Like
I feel you, Cena, because you seen it. You grew up seeing it. I can respect that, but some of the things. I mean, all I'm saying is I'm acknowledging everything: pros, cons, wins, losses, stats, accolades, skill set, all that. Y'all, some of y'all just going off skill set, and you can't do that.
You can't be just going off accolades and say Kobe Bryant's overrated.
Well, the thing is that if you're saying best player, then records, if you're just counting, okay, if you want to say best players and you want to say their talents didn't lead up to victories, then we got to look at the whole picture. Like, what personnel did he have around him? What coaching system did he have around him? What did he have around him then? If we're going to do that, or we're going to talk about, if we're talking about the individual player, period, then you have to look at their game. That's how you look at their game. And the game is everything. How do they react in situations, in pressure situations, clutch situations? How many turnovers do they have in these situations? Could they get the team past the hump? This is why James Harden get knocks. Because as great as James is, he hasn't proven that he can get his team to the next level. Does it take away from him as a player? He's got all the abilities, but he hasn't shown that when it's time to step up, to take that step to get to the next level, he could step up to be that guy. We thought,
and that's my problem with Chris Paul.
This is why it keeps him out of that conversation when we talk about that. So it's all about the game. It's all about so it's all together. You know, with wins and losses, you're gonna win, you're gonna lose some games. So people are gonna have some bad games and people will have some good games. But it's all about those moments when you need to be great. This is what separates the great players from the players that's close up. Right. When Kevin Durant came out and hit that shot in Milwaukee and his toes on the line, and he hit that shot, this is the reason why Kevin Durant is that guy.
When he hit the 2 shots against LeBron to seal the NBA Finals
back to back. The whole game, he shouldn't have never been playing the whole game. Steve Nash is an idiot. But he played him the whole game. I'm like, I ain't never playing my guy no whole game. Now the game got to go to overtime. Now he ain't got nothing left. He put everything in that shot.
Yeah, he overrated as a coach.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Michael figured it out. Michael knew he needed to use his team. To beat the Pistons, he has to spread the ball around. You got to move the ball around. Now Michael wasn't going into the hole, getting knocked down and getting 40 no more. He was getting 35, and they were winning by 20.
Right.
And he was like, how am I getting the same numbers and we winning by 20 when before we were losing by 20? Because now you incorporated your whole team. So now you made everybody a threat. Scottie Pippen got to get watched. We got to watch John Paxson now. He might
got to watch Horace Grant in the middle now.
Horace Grant got to get watched. Horace Grant.
So now these guys are getting confidence in their game. Because if you don't give them the ball, they're going to feel like they're not getting enough. They don't want the ball.
Exactly.
And they just watching you.
Right.
They stand around watching Michael.
And from that point on,
easy to defend. That's easier to defend.
Exactly.
While all these other teams couldn't figure it out, that was the mystery to me. I'm like, why nobody else can figure this out?
Yep.
Who all? I got a question. Who all in the StreamYard right now got a bona fide that can list it off right now? Who got a bona fide top 15 of all time?
Oh
right
God.
now?
I do.
I mean, top 10.
I'll go.
Top 10.
Let Jose go.
Isaiah, MJ, Kobe, Magic, Kareem, Will, Larry Bird. Did I say Larry already?
No, that's your first time. That's your first time. That's 7.
Tim Duncan. Did I say Will?
Yep, you said Will. You said Will.
Bill Russell.
Okay, that's 9.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
10.
This is harder than I thought.
Got 5 more.
I said this is harder than I thought.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Reggie Miller just because.
Okay.
Clyde
That's
Drexler.
11.
Clyde
12.
Drexler. I know.
Ron Admiral.
Yeah, thank you. David Robinson, I'm not putting Shaq in there.
I'm not putting Shaq.
Okay.
I'm not putting Shaq.
Can I tell y'all mine?
Hold on.
You got one more. No, you got one more?
I got 2 more.
2 more. Okay.
Oh, 2 more. Okay.
So I'm gonna say I said Kareem already.
Yep.
Right? All right.
Stop breathing in the mic.
Yeah, who's having sex?
Right.
I kind of. That threw me off. Sorry. All right. So 2 more. I'm gonna say Karl Malone. Just because.
You said just 1 second.
No, I said Karl Malone.
Oh.
And I'm also gonna say Moses Malone.
Okay.
Moses Malone. Okay.
Mine close, so let me tell you mine.
Go ahead.
My number 1 is Michael Jordan. Number 2 is Bill Russell. Number 3 is Kareem. Number 4, Magic. Number 5, Larry Bird. Number 6, Tim Duncan. Number 7, Wilt Chamberlain. Number 8, Shaq. Number 9, Hakeem Olajuwon. Number 10, LeBron James. Number 11, Kobe Bryant. Number 12, Isaiah Thomas. Number 13, Dr. J. Number 14, Oscar Robertson. Number 15, Moses Malone.
Wait.
15 Moses Malone.
Moses Malone, not top 15. You don't know basketball if you don't say you don't know basketball, bro.
You already don't know basketball. You got LeBron James over Kobe, and Kobe way too low.
Knowledge, he just want my attention. That's all he want. All he wants
I don't want your attention. You can easily leave, and I'll be great. Calm down, buddy.
You came in here after me. Whoa, let's get something clear. You came in here after me. So yes, you do want my attention.
You ain't that sweet. Calm down.
Whoa, you came in here after me. Let's make that clear, bro.
Y'all want me to get my list? Want me to do my list?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. It's in no particular order. But Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Hakeem Olajuwon, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dr. J, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor.
Yeah, Mr. Carl.
I'm gonna say Dominique Wilkins.
Okay.
Charles Barkley.
Okay.
I say Moses Malone too.
Okay, that's 11. That's 11.
Let's count my vote, Joe.
You talking about top 15 all time, right?
Yeah.
15. Oh,
It's not in no order. I'm just naming the players.
Yeah, you got 11.
Moses is not in my top 15. No, absolutely not. Like, no.
Bro,
I said Hakeem Olajuwon, right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah. He tweaking. He said Moses Malone not top 15.
Can I get my 15
I
on?
said, who said that?
Hold on. Joe
Wait till Joe's done.
Well, go ahead. Go finish. Yeah, you got
4 more, right?
Yeah, 4 more.
Yeah, Joe. I got you back.
Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
Magic Johnson.
Yep.
You got 2 more.
I got 2 more.
I got you back, bro.
You got Bird?
Yeah, Larry Bird. And no.
Hell
no. Shaq? Okay.
No.
No Shaq?
Like, what is?
Oh my God.
And Tim Duncan. Did I say Tim Duncan?
No.
I think you did.
I think you did.
No.
I already said Tim Duncan.
But you don't have
Yeah,
Shaq.
I think you picked the first couple.
You don't think Shaq top 15, bro?
Okay, I got one more.
Yeah,
I got one more. I'm trying to think about the teams. I'll leave that one open. Y'all go ahead. I'll leave that open.
You don't think Shaq top 15, bro?
No.
Hell no.
What?
I don't watch his whole career. I watched his whole career.
I watched his whole
Hey,
life.
that's your opinion.
Shaq's overrated, just like LeBron.
He's the most dominant center we've ever seen, bro.
Well, no.
Wilt Chamberlain is
Crazy, man.
Of the modern era of basketball, yes.
Bro,
but all
Ben Wallace beat him.
Like, he was a fucking
Ben Wallace took him down.
Then, yo.
Right. Yeah, y'all tweaking. If Shaq anything,
Okay. If Shaq was so dominant, was he better than Hakeem Olajuwon?
In his prime,
yes.
In his prime.
In his prime.
In
his prime, he got annihilated. When we first met Hakeem Olajuwon in the NBA Finals, he got annihilated.
We talking about Shaq compared to Hakeem prime.
Shaq in his prime. Shaq in his prime.
Bro, he won 3 straight
all the great centers, all the big men were gone out of the league.
He was
the only big man around that.
That's cool. That's cool.
He was the only real big man around that time.
That's okay, but he had a perfect season in 2000. All-Star Game MVP, League MVP, Finals MVP, League leader in scoring.
Bro, you say stick to basketball, but we all know why Shaq got those 3 MVP.
Why?
We all know why. Because they weren't about to give no rapist MVP.
Bro, that was 2003.
They weren't.
That was before 2000. You don't know what he's talking about. You don't know what he's talking about. You don't know what he's talking about. Knowledge Power, do not listen to him, y'all. He don't know what he's talking about.
Before the case, guy. I mean, the guy who said that. Yeah, that was before the case.
Yeah, right. He don't know. He don't know what he talking about.
But here's the thing.
No, we not finna acknowledge him because he talking like he know it. He's dead wrong.
Got those 3 rings. There were no centers in the league for him.
Which Nick just said.
Who's doing that again?
And I agree.
Rick Smith was old. He was on his way out.
Don't do that.
After he played him in the finals, he retired because he had bad.
That's cool. Don't do that. Don't discredit him like that.
That's cool.
You know Shaq was a monster, bro.
Right, but
Shaq was a one-dimensional player.
No monster. Shaq
got away with foul.
Shaq got away with offensive fouls, digging his shoulder into a defender's chest, elbowing dudes in the face, and the referees would always swallow the whistle. Same thing LeBron gets away with today.
And he would come in. And he would come in.
Shaq ain't had no post game.
And plus,
No. He just back you up and jump the ball, man. He ain't had no jump shot. He couldn't shoot a 10-footer to save his life.
He had a hook shot.
No, he didn't.
He doesn't need
He
a
did
jump
have a
shot.
hook shot, bro.
He wasn't reliable.
His hook shot was very mediocre. His hook shot was very mediocre.
This coming from a Laker fan and a Kobe fan, so I'm not listening.
Stop.
What?
I ain't a Lakers fan. I'm a Kobe fan. I ain't never that.
I'm talking about.
They got swept in 3 straight playoff series. They got eliminated by 3 sweeps.
That's cool, yeah.
With Shaq.
Kobe. I mean, Sino. We can't deny though. You telling me Hakeem Olajuwon had a better peak than Shaq?
Yeah.
Do you know who?
Hakeem Olajuwon had the battle against David Robinson. He had the battle
Charles
against
Barkley and the Phoenix Suns. Come
They had
on,
the
man.
battle of the best of the best when they were
And he was a way better defender than that nigga.
He was a way better defender. He was more agile. Shaq was a lackluster defender. Shaq would always camp out the paint. While centers like David Robinson and Patrick Hakeem Olajuwon would take about 15 feet and hit those mid-range.
I love you.
He was lackluster and lazy.
Let me respond to
Sino.
Sino.
Shaq as a person, but Shaq would only dunk the ball. Come on,
That's
man.
it.
Let me respond to Sino.
I'm not letting you do that.
Let me respond. Wait.
And plus, Shaq couldn't make free throws down the stretch of games, which
Put some
always made him
respect on my son's name.
And he stayed in foul trouble.
Shaq name, bro.
And he stayed in foul trouble.
Wait,
he
I
stayed in
like
foul
Shaq.
trouble.
Shaq was athletic. He could run the floor. I
Right.
never seen a big man do that. He dunked with power, and he was excited
Somebody's
for the game,
sleeping.
but he wasn't no. Sorry.
Hey, but Sino.
Robert Horry used to do all the dirty work on the defense.
Let me respond to that.
Like him and what's his name in it?
What
Let
can
me
Shaq
respond
do
to
better
that.
than Hakeem Olajuwon? Ray?
Wait, let me respond to that. Sino, you said how Shaq got swept a lot. I agree that he got swept a lot. Those are some of his career cons. But shout out to my boy Too Raw for TV for getting me hip to this. Outside of those 2 dream seasons that Hakeem had, he was getting bounced out the first round, getting bounced out the second round. Outside of those 2 seasons, so he got eliminated more than he won also. So we can say that too about him. He was getting bounced out the first round and second round outside of those 2 years.
I'm talking
Nobody calls him the most
I'm
dominant.
talking about the eye test, man.
We're talking about skill.
We're not talking about losing women.
Yeah, you see.
I mean, you know that he played in the West where Kareem and the Lakers played. Don't you realize that? Don't you?
Right.
Didn't he beat Showtime Lakers too? Didn't he beat the Showtime Lakers to make the finals?
Dennis Rodman took him down. Dennis Rodman took him down.
Realize that.
Yeah, Ralph Sampson in there.
Beat them
Right,
though.
Yeah.
Right, he and Ralph Sampson beat them.
Dennis Rodman took him out.
Right,
The second half.
everybody
Yeah,
got
exactly. And Dennis Rodman shut Shaquille O'Neal down for an entire
Yeah, he
half.
did. Like this man.
I'm losing brain cells.
Has
Shaquille O'Neal
Olajuwon
got
ever
none of
been shut
LeBron.
down by
That's how that
anybody?
is.
who?
That's right.
The same way.
David Robinson got a jump shot. You know, David Robinson can pull up and hit 15 footers. Got a left hand, genius. Come with his right. He can play defense. I mean, every center had a move.
Every center had a move. Bro.
Every center had a signature move. Patrick Ewing had his signature move. The Dream had the Dream shake.
The Dream shake.
Move. Don't
He
get
was
your
working.
ass down and
Will
dunk on your
Chamberlain had
head.
a signature move. Will Chamberlain had a signature move. That's right.
Why you think they didn't put him on the dream team? Why you think they didn't put him on the dream team?
That's what I just said.
Nobody is denying
That's what I
that.
just said. Like
Nobody is
Jack.
denying that. Wait. Nobody's denying that Hakeem is the more skilled player. I'm talking
Right.
about
All
all-time
around.
great.
Okay, all around. Hakeem
He's an all-time great.
And he is better than Shaq all around.
He is better.
If you talk about not just skill, talking about defender, defense.
Shaq is overrated in my opinion.
How? He the only
Just
person
because he won more rings than the King Olajuwon to make him good better than
to
him.
win 3 straight Finals MVP.
It doesn't
That has to
What does
stand for
what does that mean? What does that mean?
He's put on the key.
Wait, let's see him talk, please.
If you say that means nothing, if you say that means absolutely nothing, then you
Not
Accolades don't
to the
determine how
point where
great
you're
you
trying
are,
to make
man.
it.
Hold on. I'm gonna answer your question for you because you said 3 MVPs, right? Okay. First time he got MVP, he went up against Rick Smits, and Rick Smits retired. He had bad feet. So he beat Rick Smits. Rick Smits is retired. He's out the game. They went to 2 more finals. Who did they play the next? They played
Philly.
76ers.
They beat the Spurs to get there.
They beat the 76ers next for their second championship.
And they beat New Jersey.
And who was the center?
Defensive player of the year. Defensive player of the year.
Defensive player of the year, Dikembe Mutombo.
Defensive player of the year.
Right, who's not no doggone defensive stopper. No, stop.
What? He was the defensive player of the year.
Oh my God.
Did he stop Shaq?
I mean, blocking shots and stopping defense.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And
Now,
oh my God.
Award and those awards are media driven.
Oh my God.
Then the third
Okay,
year, they
dude.
played New
Hey,
Jersey
Mr.
next.
I don't go by awards, but I just go off
Jersey
skill.
Jason Collins.
Jason Collins.
Okay.
And McCullough.
Is that what
Booty ass Jason Collins?
And McCullough.
Hey,
Rudy
Jason.
Jason.
I don't want to disrespect you.
You
I don't
got
want to
Rudy Jason Collins as the center.
Oh.
So you telling me? So he got 3 MVPs, beating on a guy who retired
Right.
after he played Shaq with bad feet.
And that's what I meant. But I didn't know that.
Oh,
Jason
that's not
Collins,
his fault.
and you got 3
That's not
MVPs.
his fault.
He's supposed to have 3 MVPs.
Right.
Bro,
He's
wait. That's not his fault. You blaming him for that?
No,
How you gonna blame the winner for winning?
He did what he's supposed to do.
Blame the winner for
Right.
winning.
We're not blaming him.
If you're not great, if you're great, you should be able to prove it. When Yao Ming came in there, he was busting Shaq ass. So
Right.
what about that?
Yeah.
He wasn't busting Shaq ass.
He was.
Before he got injured. Yeah, he was before he got injured.
Shaq said it
He
himself.
was. Even Shaq said it.
Go back and watch the
Yeah,
game. He
Shaq
was
said it
blocking his
himself.
shot.
Yeah, Ming was hitting all sorts of
For the big
fadeaway
man.
shots on him. He was pulling him out the
Yeah.
paint, freaking hitting mid-range
Man.
jumpers on him, all that.
Yeah, Ming was a problem.
Jump hooks, all that. Just give him the
R.I.P.
whole package.
Only thing that hurt him was his injuries.
Yep, that's the only thing that hindered Yao Ming.
Hey, I'll say this about
That was
Hakeem. I'll say this about Hakeem. When they asked Jordan during his championship run, if he
Yeah,
feared
I'm
anybody,
already
in
here.
Hakeem,
I already know what you're finna say.
he said Hakeem. He said, "Thank
Yeah.
God for whatever reason the Rockets couldn't get past the Western Conference Finals, but had they went against the Rockets during their championship run, they probably would have took an L."
That not,
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know. We can say. We can
Oh
only
my
speculate.
God.
It would have been. It would have been.
We can only
It would have been great
speculate.
to watch. It would have been great to watch. It would have been a great series.
We can
to
only
watch.
speculate. We don't know.
Oh no, I know. They'd have lost.
We can't say that with certainty. We don't know.
He said
Oh,
it.
I
He
know.
said they ain't have an answer for the dream. He said that's how it's gonna run.
They
Right.
didn't have an answer for Sam Cassell because they would have got hit with
Yeah.
stuff they didn't know about. Sam
Yeah.
Cassell was a rookie that year.
Problem.
And that was the surprise. And Robert Horry, they didn't know anything.
nobody had the
Robert
scouting report
Horry.
on Sam Cassell or Robert Horry, man. Yeah.
No,
Plus-
they were
and
rookies.
plus,
And they came out playing like veterans, and they was like, "Wait a minute, what are these dudes?"
Right.
Michael and Scotty would have had. Michael and
I
Scotty
hate
would
the
have had to
Rockets
do
to this
would
day
have had to
'cause of that
freaking
final.
defend overtime on
And
freaking.
who's going to guard
Scottie
again?
Pippen just had a
Was it-
Scottie Pippen had an MVP year season that year. He was going to
Yeah,
clip
hey,
that
Oh,
boy
I'll
up.
say this too.
Okay.
Olajuwon
He's
never
gonna
had a
clip that
Kobe.
boy up.
Olajuwon
He's gonna
never
clip
had
that
a
boy up.
Kobe.
Scotty's soft as hell. He ain't gonna-
Was Dennis Rodman on that Bulls
He's
team at
soft.
the time? Or no?
No,
He's soft, but he's
Robert
still
No,
a
he was
top
on the
50
Pistons.
player.
Scottie
So
Pippen's
who?
Robin didn't come to 95.
So who
You
was
can
going
say
to guard
whatever about Scotty, but
Hakeem?
he's still
Yeah, Robin
he's still an
didn't get
all-time
that in
great.
'96.
No,
Who
they
was going to guard
ain't.
Hakeem?
And Rodman won a championship. That's why he's the most successful player. Has one of the highest winning percentages in NBA history. Everywhere he
Who?
goes,
He is one.
Dennis
They won a
Rodman.
championship.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Who?
Everywhere
Dennis
Dennis Rodman.
Rodman.
I don't know if it still
He played
is.
with
but
the
he-
Spurs,
Oh, Dennis Rodman?
and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
went from a 47 win team to a 60 win team. Immediately, they were all about
Let
to
me
win
ask
a
you something.
championship. And then he went to the Bulls and won 3. He won 2
Who
with
would
the
have
Pistons.
who would have guarded Hakeem on that in that
Cino,
finals?
Cino, let me ask you something. Cino,
that's
let me
what
ask you
we
something.
still
Let me
had.
ask you something. You
Yeah.
just brought something up that made me want to ask a question. So you a big fan of the Pistons, and you just acknowledged how good Dennis Rodman is. I think Dennis Rodman, for defense and his rebounding, you call just off that alone, you call him the greatest player of all time, just off his defense. But since you're saying that,
Yeah, I
you
would
said
put him on-
you said no.
Yeah.
I ain't asked the question yet.
Dennis Rodman was his favorite player, period.
Plus minus.
Wait. Hold on. And we acknowledge he a 5-time champion. And he got a championship type of style. How far is the disparity? I just want to know, because I want to know the knowledge of some of the people in this chat. How far is the disparity between how great Dennis Rodman is and how great Kobe Bryant is? How far is the disparity? Is it a super duper large disparity between them two? Just answer the question. Stop with the reactions. Just answer the question.
Yes. Why can't they both be great?
Because Dennis Rodman never led.
I never said they couldn't be great. I just asked you a question.
No, I didn't say that at all.
Can I answer
the question? I just said Dennis Rodman never.
Can I answer?
Go ahead. You can go ahead. You can say it, but I just said it. Dennis Rodman has never led a team.
Cena?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You can say it.
Okay, that all I look is for an answer. I ain't looking for nothing else. That's all I want to. That's all I want to know.
Okay, all right.
Can I answer?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jose.
Can I answer? Dennis Rodman and Kobe Bryant were two different types of players.
We know that. We know that.
Hold on. Let him go.
And you're lucky I can smack you through this.
Okay.
What is that?
That's not an answer.
No.
I asked how large was the disparity? Is it a big one or is it a small one?
The big one.
Big one because,
okay.
Like Cino said, Dennis Rodman with this type of skill set, he was not somebody that could lead a team on his own.
Right. He's not somebody that Dennis Rodman is an
Okay,
asset.
that's all we looking for.
Right.
That's all we looking for.
He's there to do his assignment. He's going to shut down their biggest threat, and then he's going to rebound. He's going to play defense. He's going to do his job.
Yeah, you got to know how to manage him too. Yeah. For sure,
But Dennis can impact the game.
Right.
He can take over the game by playing
plus
defense.
minus.
And he's so good. And he's strong. I've never seen anybody ever control Shaq like that. That's what shows how strong Dennis was.
Incredible.
He had one forearm and Shaq's back. Shaq couldn't move.
Shaq was flailing around trying to freaking get in position. He was like,
he was trying to just pull up Dennis, and Dennis is like,
he was still. He was
What you doing?
I was like,
where you going?
And he shut him down for 2 straight freaking quarters, dog. He held him to 0 points. You understand what I'm saying?
Shaq scoreless for a whole second half. It was the most embarrassing, lopsided loss.
You know what I'm saying? That let me know right there. If Shaq would have ever go against Wilt Chamberlain, man, all that, it would have been a done deal. It would have been a done deal for Shaq.
Y'all need to put some respect on my son.
Shaq? Yeah. Well, it would have. Let's not like
to ever go against Wilt Chamberlain. Shaq
and Bill Russell.
Like they wouldn't give each other the business. They would give each other the business. They both great players.
About that, bro. I think it.
No.
They would give each other the business. It depends on which
Shaq and Wilt.
Damn strong.
Wilt against Shaq. Come on, man.
If Wilt is playing Shaq in the 2000s era, Shaq is giving him the business.
No. Hey, Cino, didn't Wilt throw Arnold Schwarzenegger? Didn't he pick him up?
He threw him
and throw him?
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain.
We don't need.
Let's talk about 600 pounds as if it was the hard.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Wilt Chamberlain better than Shaq. I'm just saying, let's not act like they wouldn't give each other the business. Bro, that's delusional, bro.
Shaq wouldn't all that freaking digging the shoulder into the.
Y'all be getting tough. Y'all be hyperbole. Y'all be exaggerating. Y'all be exaggerating, bro. Y'all be exaggerating.
On Wilt?
I watched.
No, Will is ridiculous and stuff.
I thought
Wilt Chamberlain is a more skilled player than Shaq. That's not.
No. Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
We had way more touch around the basket. He had way better post moves.
We know that. We know that. We know all that. We know that.
It's not even a question. Wilt Chamberlain is a
nobody asked
defender and is
You're
way
right.
better rim
Nobody
protector and is a
asked
better passer than Shaquille O'Neal.
But that coincides with.
It is no question.
But that coincides with you saying Shaq would dominate.
They would not go back to back.
Bro, what? This is an all-time great player we talking about. You acting like we
Will Chamberlain. Hey, I'm talking about Will Chamberlain, not no Shaq.
Okay, bro.
No.
This coming from a Kobe fan once again.
They ain't got shit to do with me being a
Yes,
Kobe
it do.
fan, dog.
Yes, it
That
do.
part.
Yes,
It's
it
me
do.
knowing about
Yes, it do.
basketball,
That's
my
how
man.
bad he hates
It's me
Kobe.
about it's me knowing about the game
Yes,
of
it do.
basketball,
Yes,
studying
it do.
the game of
Yes, it
basketball
do.
night and day.
Yes, it do.
Calm
Yes, it
down.
do.
Oh, no, you
Yes,
just
it
hate
do.
Kobe.
You can cut
Yes,
all
it
that
do.
out.
Bringing up Kobe and
Yes, it
everything.
do.
You can cut all
Yes,
that
it do.
out.
Yes, it do.
You don't.
Yes,
Oh,
it
This
do.
is
no,
wild,
Mr.
man.
Kobe hater.
Me being a
Yeah,
Kobe
You
this
bring
shit.
up Kobe and everything.
Hey.
Every time somebody has a different opinion than you bring up Kobe.
Let's lose it.
Casino.
You say what?
Everybody
You say
else.
what?
Casino, and everybody in the chat, everybody listening. I am not a Kobe hater. I just think he's overrated. That's it.
Who you like, LeBron? You like
There's no
LeBron?
real logic on why
I
he's
just
over.
said.
Yeah, let's
I just
get down
said.
to the bottom of it, bro.
I
Saying
want
shit
to
like
also
that.
say
Like,
something too. If y'all got cars, Juan can get you out of a car. He can get you low rate, and he can get you taken.
Oh, this brother right here. Okay.
Yeah, that's Juan. Juan Verse right
Shout out
there.
to Juan.
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
And he out in Texas now, but he can still make something happen for you. Like if you
Okay.
Shout out to Juan.
Hey, I'm gonna subscribe to you, Juan. I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
To the person who asked me, am I a LeBron fan? I know why you just asked me that, and I'm gonna just
No, I'm
answer
just asking.
real
I'm
swiftly.
just
asking.
No.
Then
No.
why you got him in your top 15?
Because I acknowledge how great of a player he is. He is overrated.
How great is he
Wait,
without super team?
That's contradicting yourself.
Let him finish, y'all.
Wait, did I not
what
just
are
say
you talking about right
wait,
now? Like,
wait, dude, hold on. Shut up and let me answer the question.
Let him answer.
Damn, you act slow. Let me
No
answer
way.
so I can tell you.
Hey,
no,
come
you talking
on,
out both sides of your mouth. That's what's going on.
No, I'm not.
Just let him go. Let him go.
Let him get the panel. Yeah, let him speak for 5 minutes. Good. Everything out. Yeah, everything. We ain't gonna talk.
Let him go. Let him go.
Just about like 20 minutes ago, we all said our top 15. And just about like an hour or so ago, I said both capital BOTH, both LeBron and Kobe are overrated. And I have both of them in my top 15. So what is your point of asking me that?
I just don't get that.
How are they
You
overrated?
say he's overrated, but he's one of the greatest players of all time.
Just because he's overrated don't mean he's great. Those are two different words with two different meanings, bro.
But you put him in your list though. That's contradicting. That's contradicting.
No, it's not.
Exactly.
Dude, overrated. Dude, do you not know overrated and not great is two different things, bro?
All right, man. All right. Go ahead.
Obviously, he don't know the definition of words now.
LeBron is not the great.
Okay, go ahead.
Because, for example, that's no different than Cino having Chris. Hold on. That's no different than Cino having Chris Paul and his
Knowledge,
top
I'm not
5
listening
point guard.
to you. You're being ignored, bro. I just want to let you know that.
I'm not talking to you. There's other people on the panel. So calm down, little girl. Anyway, that's no different than Cino having Chris Paul in his top 5 as point guard. But I don't, because I don't think Chris Paul can finish. He always gets injured right before it's his time to win the final.
False equivalence.
Not false equivalent.
False equivalence.
It's not a false equivalent. Do you even know what that word means? Do you know what that word means?
That's
so
two words.
Who would you put in there except for Chris Paul? You already take Chris Paul out. What point guard would you put there?
I already told you.
Allen Iverson, nigga.
He's
not a point guard.
He played.
I already told you, Steph Curry.
He's a shooting guard too.
No, he's not. He's a point guard.
He's a shooting guard.
He's literally a point guard.
No, he's literally a shooting guard.
No, he's literally a point
He's literally a shooting guard. You know, they're putting a point guard and shooting guard.
What they assign?
Draymond Green is the point guard.
What is he assigned? What is he assigned? What is he assigned?
He's
assigned. What is he assigned? What is he assigned?
Play the position.
He's playing point guard in Philly because they didn't have a point guard.
Playing the position. That's what we're talking about. This is
He revolutionized the point guard. I can't take that away from him. I'm not even a great fan. I'm not even
shooting, but not the.
I'm not even the game as far as shooting.
Right.
making it a 3-point shooting
What
game.
nobody scoring 30 points as a point guard?
Oh,
Who scored 30 points? Iverson is a shooting guard. Iverson
Hold
is
on.
a shooting
Wasn't
guard.
Monte Ellis the point guard when he was there?
Yes. Yes.
Monte Ellis, not Steph Curry.
And then guess what? Guess what? Eventually,
And when
Steph
Monte
Curry
Ellis left, who was the point guard then?
You
To
only
answer
telling
Fino's
half
question
of the story.
earlier,
You only
I
telling
would put
half
Baron Davis over Chris Paul.
You only telling half of
Yes, I would. Baron Davis.
Shout out Baron Davis, but nah.
I would put BD over Chris Paul.
Okay.
Nah, I can't.
So
agree.
let's acknowledge time. Well,
But that's your opinion, you know.
I said I'll put him over Chris Paul.
Hold on, what the hell?
I said I'll put him over Chris Paul.
I didn't hear it. What did he say?
I'll put him over Chris Paul.
I would put franchise Stephen Crackhead Francis
Yeah.
in front of him if you want to do that.
Then Baron Davis? Then Baron Davis?
They both had
Baron Davis?
injuries.
let's talk about his basketball knowledge. He just said Baron Davis better than Chris Paul.
Y'all bypass goddamn everybody. Jason Kidd, you went to Baron goddamn Davis.
Yeah. Baron Davis. Baron Davis.
Baron Davis. You got to be out your damn
Shout out Baron Davis.
Pick Baron Davis.
Y'all think that's funny?
As far as point guard, no.
Y'all think that's funny? That's completely ridiculous. But when I say Kobe top 15, y'all think I'm saying something completely unfathomable.
Nah, that's
Baron Davis. Baron Davis is a better shooter. He plays better defense.
Chris Paul.
He's a better shooter. He plays better defense.
Talking about point guard, bro.
Now
More general.
It's past your bedtime.
He's sleepy. Give him some Tylenol.
I'll tell you what. If you would have gave, if Baron Davis in his prime was in the Houston Rockets team that Chris Paul had, they would have went to the final.
No,
give him some Tylenol, man.
Like that. And he
give him some Tylenol.
If he had the Lob City Clippers like Chris Paul had, they would have went to the
play with Elton Brand?
The knocks on
Oh,
Baron
no, they
Davis,
didn't.
The Baron was a hot. He remind you of Kimball Walker. That's
Yes.
Volume shooter. Volume shooter.
Oh,
Volume shooter.
Wait, Cino. Baron Davis had a prime. I must have. When was his prime? When was Baron Davis's prime? What the fuck?
Right, he got one. When was
his prime?
Jose, I got the answer. I got the answer.
Golden State.
I got the answer. When he won that one series was his prime when he beat the Mavericks. That's with
Golden State.
That one series.
I mean, I would take Tony Parker over a couple of players. We can
Exactly. Baron Davis not even a top 30 point guard. Stop it.
Okay, first of all,
I can name 30 point. I can name 30 point guards. I can name.
Who said this about Baron?
Right. I can name 30 point.
Knowledge. He said he would take Chris Paul out of that top 5 and put Baron Davis.
Yeah, he's smoking.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, there's too many.
I can name. I can
that's like
name
Charles Barkley when he missed Allen Iverson.
I mean, you didn't
lay off that crack
bypass
cocaine.
Mark
That's-
Jackson. You didn't bypass
Mark
Lay off that
Jackson.
crack.
Exactly.
Lay
Mark
off that
Jackson.
crack now. Come on, man. That's
You
not.
Yeah, that's like
bypass
Charles
Come on.
to
Ain't
put
good for
Baron
That's like
Davis.
Charles Barkley forgetting about Allen Iverson. They were like, "Dog, you forgot about Allen
That crack
Iverson."
ain't good for you, man. That crack ain't good for you. Come on, now. You got.
And I would put John Stockton up there, but you already got him up there.
I got him top 5.
Put him up there. I mean, this is his lit dude.
That's what I'm saying. He in the top 5. Stockton is on this. Is 5.
Right, he fit.
That's why you already got him up there.
And Curry 4.
You could have said Gary Payton,
That doesn't
Jason
mean that
Kidd.
you can't have him in your own personal top 5, dude. You know that, right?
You could have had Jason Kidd,
Right.
Gary Payton, a whole bunch of
That's what I'm like. Jay Kidd and
Hardaway.
You know, you could have probably said Tim Hardaway. You know,
Yeah, Tim Hardaway.
Could have
Yeah.
said Tim Hardaway. Yeah.
Kevin Johnson. Kevin's KJ. People forget about KJ.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, you probably consider Jerry West.
I did forget about Kevin Johnson. I did forget about Kevin Johnson.
Combo guard, right?
Kevin
Jerry West
Johnson and
combo
Gary
guard,
Payton.
Yeah, I consider that.
Yeah, you probably consider Jerry West more of a combo guard.
I consider Jerry West more of a shooting guard than a point guard.
Kevin Johnson,
combo guard.
Yeah, me too. I
always thought Jerry West was shooting guard.
Yep.
Yeah, more of a
Yeah.
So,
but he can't play point. He led the league in assists. So
I'm gonna get ready to watch Power and stuff. So
All right.
Yeah, me
Power.
too.
all right, I'm gonna let
Which
y'all
one?
have it. Y'all can still
Tommy.
stay in the chat.
All right. Later, Tino.
All right, y'all.
Hey, appreciate it.
Thanks, Tino.
you always like
Later.
you did last time.
Appreciate it, man.
I
For letting us come
appreciate
in.
it.
Turn this off.
Hey, I got a question for everybody.
What's up?
Oh, y'all. No, I was
Yo.
gonna say, who would you start? What is it? Start bench and release from the team. Yeah, cut. What is it? Tim Duncan. I guess we can put Hakeem in there, and then we can throw who else is in there? I guess we can throw. Is it Kareem? Yeah, we can throw Kareem in there.
Okay,
I'm
go.
starting.
Go.
Oh, can I answer first?
I'll
I'm
call
starting.
third.
I'm starting.
I'll call third.
I'm starting Hakeem. I'm going
That's
to.
the best answer you said all night, man.
Okay.
Go
I'm
ahead.
I'm benching Tim Duncan. I'm benching Tim Duncan for his defense. No, I'm benching Tim Duncan for his defense.
I'm cutting Tim
He's a
Duncan.
better defender than Kareem, and I'm cutting Kareem because I need defense. Kareem don't bring that lockdown like Timmy do. I need that defense. I need that defense.
Yo, what is this dude talking about? Have you,
Dude, Tim Duncan is an all-time.
Kareem?
Where is Uncle Frank, man?
Kareem, do you not know? Do you not know Tim Duncan is the all-time leader in all defensive teams? That's why I said that.
Do you know that Hakeem Olajuwon, since you want to do that, do you know that Hakeem Olajuwon he leads all time in blocks?
Dude, didn't I just say he was starting? You said I was stupid. I said he's starting. What are you talking about?
You said he was better defender than. Wait, who did you say was better defender?
No, I didn't say that.
He said Kareem. He said Olajuwon was starting. He said he was cutting Kareem.
I'm surprised they ain't cut the live off yet.
God, you don't listen. You just reacting.
I'm not reacting at all. Okay, I heard you wrong. My fault. Okay, I'm sorry.
Repeat what you going to start.
Please.
Bench and cut.
No one's overreacting at all.
Because I must have misunderstood you too. I thought you said Kareem. Who you
I said
starting?
I'm starting Hakeem. I'm benching Tim Duncan, and I'm cutting Kareem.
He's cutting Kareem.
I'm not listening to him no more. He sounds stupid. How can you start Hakeem Olajuwon but cut Kareem, nigga?
Bro, I don't care what you listen to. You don't gotta listen.
Like, you sound crazy.
You don't gotta listen. Stop listening then.
Boy,
It's going to be.
Are you gonna stop listening? Or you gonna keep talking?
You talk about statistics and all around.
You gonna stop listening? You gonna stop listening?
Watch the game.
I'm a beat Kareem. I'm a bench Hakeem.
You gonna stop listening or you gonna keep talking?
That's me.
Yeah.
I agree with
Keep
you.
Kareem, bench Hakeem Olajuwon, and I guess I'll cut Tim Duncan, even though I don't want to do that. But, I'm gonna have to do
I
it.
don't know.
Only because I said that you want to cut Tim Duncan. Only because I said Tim Duncan. That's all.
No, it's not.